Hi everybody and welcome back to the RLBot Championship 2023. Hi everybody and welcome back and I can hear myself. I don't know about you. Hi everybody and very annoying back and I can hear myself. Okay, fixed. My name is East Village and I'm today joined by a lot of people. We have both Aech, Vess and QuadBlueShadow in here. Hello guys.
Hello.
And that's because I suspect that I'll be jumping off here in just a moment and just leave it to these lovely gentlemen. But I hope everybody knows what's going on here. We are playing the second week of the machine learning bubble sort in our RLBot Championship, and we had a lot of new entries here added to the ladder. There's also a lot of updates, so we're probably going to have a lot of matches today. Are you ready for that? Guys?
It's gonna be a long one.
Oh,
yeah, very excited.
We're ready.
We're gonna be here for quite a while.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Hoping I don't lose my voice. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, and I'll be controlling things in the background, so
later.
just let me know if anything happens. And I think that's all I want to say, so take it away, guys.
Alright, let's get into it. So before we start, guys, what do you think? What's your most anticipated matchup for today? For me, I think I'd love to see Ripple versus Ragnarok. Yeah, I'm very interested in how they pair up.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people in chat are saying Ragnarok.
Ragnarok? I think I see at least maybe... Hey, do you think Ragnarok can beat Opti-HC, but do you think it can beat the general play model?
Well, I don't know. It's been a while since we've seen Ragnarok debut in any kind of official capacity. I don't know what Wrangler's been cooking up in the background, but it could be a lot better.
I'm gonna predict that Ragnarok probably can beat Opti. I think. That's my guess, though. Also,
yeah, I mean, I hope so. I think it'd be really exciting to have a bunch of ML bots that are around that level, because Opti is obviously very good.
Right. By the way, quick question. Why are the Optis locked? I thought they were updated this week.
Oh, right, that's a mistake. I'll fix that.
Ah, okay, cool.
I'm curious to see if Vulcan stays in the top 3. I doubt NDroid will, but I wonder if SmartFridge or Finesse may have good enough to get Vulcan out of the top 8. So we'll see how many bots can actually stay. We even have enough good bots down here. Necto may be pushed out, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a chance to see a major mix-up in the rankings after today. We have a lot of new bots here, a lot of updated bots, and they all seem pretty strong to me. So I'm interested to see how things work out.
I guess we still don't have any predictions yet. A little bit sad, but I don't know. Cast your votes, guys. Just in the chat, see what we get. What do you guys think is gonna happen?
Yeah, everybody in the chat type in. Who do you think the top 3 bots will be?
That's a good question.
3.
For me, I think Seer and Nexto. That's a gimme, but third bot, man, I don't know. It's a tough choice. Seer next to Ragnarok.
Wow.
That seems to be a popular one.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, we're getting right into it here.
Oh,
we have Electron versus Vector.
Start there, but
okay, Vector for the early goal. This is a classic kickoff goal. It looks exactly like my games in ranked. Vector just sinking the easy shot after a messed up kickoff.
Of course. Teammate messes up speed flip and then everything goes to crap. So. Right.
There we go. Much better this time.
This time I checked, both of these bots are 1v1 mains, so I don't know if there will be any team play.
Well, we had a little bit of a team bump there on the wall early on, so I think maybe not. But in any case, we have the ball in the orange half. Electron goes for the flick, but it gets canceled by Vector. Vector now back in control, going in for a shot, almost just off the post.
Oh no!
No.
A
No,
perfect
classic.
calculated goal, getting the enemy team to score for you. I mean, that's a very effective strategy.
Bro, send that replay to Sledge. He needs that.
Tron.
Look at that.
Sledge, yeah.
Perfect. The absolute.
Not even
seems to
30
have-
seconds in, and we're 2-0 for the blue team, so things are looking good for Vector so far.
It seems to have that speed, but it just can't quite control it. Like, you can even see on the kickoff, like, it's speed flipping, but majority of the time, it doesn't even hit the ball. I think if it gets a little bit more training in, it'll be a very good bot.
I believe
maybe,
Electron
but-
uses a hard-coded kickoff, though, so that might be the speed. Either way, though, Vector's a pretty high-level bot, I would say, in my opinion. So he's doing a great job, as usual. Only one goal away from the Mercy, too.
Vector taking a convincing lead, 3-0. It seems pretty unlikely that we're going to see an Electron comeback, but we can always hope. Here we have Vector hitting the ball into the orange
Yeah.
half, going for the corner boost. Electron trying to take back control, but they seem to be awfully happy to be in the same spot all the time. That's the 1v1 main showing, and that'll be the Mercy rule just after a minute in favor of Vector.
We're just kind of waiting, letting Electron scamper around, and then waiting for it to overcommit and taking control.
And Vector also read every one of Electron's flicks, just wasn't able to get through. Electron also doesn't seem to really aerial, so that's pretty hindering in this case.
Yep, Vector taking that game in convincing fashion.
Now this next match, I'm really interested in. I've never seen Two Void. Therefore, Vector, I don't know. Who knows? Vector could either struggle or get through easily. I don't know.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting match for sure. The debut of Two Void. Now, of course, Vector has it's about 13 years worth of in-game time, so a lot of experience under its belt. We'll have to see how it goes.
I'm gonna place my bet on Two Void though. From the name Two, I'm gonna guess it has team play, and that sounds cool. So let's see what happens.
Yeah, I hope so.
I think East was saying that Two Void, it's Two's version of Void. So if you guys know Void, this is Void but Two's.
Let's
Okay,
see what kind
starting
of
off,
tricks
no
Two
double
Void
commit
has.
and kickoff. Okay,
Vector
bamboozled.
Starting right
Corner.
off the bat, Quad.
Seeing a lot of being in the same place for Vector as well. Whereas Two Void, you can see here, oh my god, a pass across the field. They're not staying in the same spot. These seem to know in some way that they are actually teammates here, rather than Vector, which seems to just sort of be crowding in on itself. Two Void goes in for a good pop, shot on blue goal. Vector gets the save. Two Void going around, does not get the boost or the first touch.
Yeah, Two Void knows how to aerial. That's very strong here. In comparison to the last match, Electron didn't know how to aerial. Two Void also knows how to double jump correctly to get those clutch saves. And
Electron.
Clean pop over the top of Two Void, then Vector just scuffs the shot straight into the post.
oh no.
Was gaping, but Vector couldn't take its chance.
Two Void
Two
doesn't
Void
really
trying to
seem
go
to
for the
pick up
clear.
the boost though. It's really
Yeah,
missing
it
out
seems
on
to
that.
be a little low on the ball compared to Vector. It's consistently getting beat to the ball, I'm noticing. Although, again, here we have Vector just sort of crowding in on itself, which doesn't seem to be as much of a problem for Two Void.
Right. Yeah, Two Void's saving grace here will be its team play.
I think you're right, but here we have Vector going in for the shot, but unfortunately, Two Void there for the save. Both Vectors are sitting in the same spot, driving down the field right next to each other.
In true 1v1 main fashion.
Okay,
Oh.
there we go. That's the closest thing to Vector team play that I think we've seen so far. One of them sees the bounce, gets a quick hit right over the top of Two Void. The other Vector goes in, closes in the shot, and that's the first goal.
Actually,
Really
a
interesting to
relatively
see.
close match.
It is a close match, actually. I think Two Void could really clutch it up though if it just gets in a good situation with boost or something. The problem is it doesn't really grab boost, so
Yeah.
Yeah. There seems to be a lot of promise with Two Void's coordination here. It seems to be mostly in the right place at the right time, and we've seen already a pass or two to the teammates, so I'm very interested to see if they can sink a team play shot here.
only thing
But
it really
for the
looks like
moment-
it needs is just more time in the oven.
Yeah, it's looking very good right now. A little lacking in control, but we have a pop into the middle, which the teammate manages to capitalize on. In the meantime, Vector is bumping itself out of the way so it can hit the ball.
You can see there, it just flicks over itself.
And
Oh,
unfortunately,
it's
Two Void
speed.
unable to make contact on the wall. The teammate is out of position, so Vector just gets an easy carry the ball right across the field. No competition right into the net. 2-0 in favor of Vector halfway through the match.
Yeah, it looks like Two Boy got caught out of position and it didn't really have the speed to get back. So, yeah, breakaway. But Two Boy, here comes an advantage. Without rushing kickoff completely, it has another bot back, but Vector manages to defend.
Vector, taking the classic bumping strategy, managed to get Two Void out of that early kickoff advantage, and now we're back in the orange half again, although Vector seemed to favor boost over ball there. Classic mistake. This again looks just like my ranked games, but a good 50 in the middle. Bringing the ball just into the blue half, but Vector with possession. Beating Two Void to the ball, goes up the wall, but neither bot seems very confident to jump for it. Vector gets a little pop over the top. Two Void trying to go for the shot, and the second Two Void there for the follow-up,
Holy.
but they can't make it through Vector.
Good try.
That was-
Good try, but it just wasn't quite enough.
Now we've seen this goal from Vector. It seems like 3 times now where there's just a little mistake from Two Void that just barely misses the ball right there, and Vector gets the easy open net across the map.
Yeah, Vector seems to it just turns around any situation really fast, and Two Void is lacking a little bit in speed still. Just needs a little more training on that, but Vector will take advantage of any weakness Two Void shows.
As Aether RL said in the chat, Two Void has a very small amount of training time, so you can see it's still a little uncomfortable with some of these situations. Hasn't totally figured out how to traverse them, and as you can see, missed that touch, and Vector got the 4th goal to end the game. So, experience trumps team play in this one.
It looked closer than the the scoreline says. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that was definitely a close game. Every goal was, I think, just capitalizing on 1 or 2 minor mistakes here or there. These bunts are surprisingly close.
Oh, next in Vector's climb is Ragnarok. So
Here we have first Ragnarok match of the day, the game everyone is excited for.
I'm gonna say it's probably
Debut.
the end for Vector right here for his first
Yeah.
climb.
Had a good run.
I mean, his run's not over yet. That's for sure, though.
We go up the ladder, and then you can see there's locks when the bots find their ranking. Bot cannot beat another bot, it gets locked below it. We go up the bracket until all bots have played, or all bots without locks. We go back down the bracket to secure all the locks. If there are a lot of bots, it's probably going to be a long stream.
Oh,
Yeah, settle down, get a snack.
Looks like
Here we go.
Ragnarok's rocking the default bot design. So,
In
So
classic
cringe
regular
over.
style.
oh, a pass? Oh, dang, that was actually pretty close. Ragnarok.
Okay, and already we can see Ragnarok not crowding itself out anywhere near as much. In fact, it goes off the
Oh
wall for
my.
an incredible shot. Oh
save.
my god.
Hey, what is that flick? Honestly, goodness.
You can see
It's a
Ragnarok
vector for defending
immediately takes re-control of the ball and flicks it off the wall again down the middle of the field. What is this straight up in the air for the follow-up, but doesn't quite make contact. Vector
Oh, it's
trend
so
for a breakaway,
fast.
but it is just not as fast as Ragnarok.
I want to take a moment
Ragnarok
to
again.
appreciate Ragnarok's absolute ball control.
What?
Good.
Yeah, it seems to have incredible ball control, and it goes straight for these shots off the wall. It seems to, it does, we've seen this 3 times. Ragnarok grabs the ball, puts it on its hood very smoothly, great control, drives straight up the wall, and does a quick little backflip to flick the ball towards the net from the wall. Very impressive
Okay.
stuff.
This was very impressive, but the only thing I'm worried about is that it becomes a one-trick pony, and then it gets countered by something.
Yeah, I think we'll have to see how Ragnarok can react to some stronger opponents, maybe like Nexto or Seer. But in this case, we have Ragnarok convincingly winning the kickoff, no problem at all, sinking that easy goal for a 2-0 lead 1 minute in.
Very nice. I'd like to ask Wrangler, did you mean to train this, or did it just learn it? Because this is actually a really incredible mechanic.
Ragnarok driving off the ceiling, getting a beautiful shot straight down into net. Look at this. Oh my god.
Ceiling pinch. Unbelievable. Vector is just starstruck. It does not know what to do against this.
Yeah, Vector got hit by both team play and mechanics, so it's kind of over. Took a 1 minute and 1
there
second.
we go.
What a match. Ragnarok
Incredible stuff.
really made its debut there. Yeah.
That was a statement debut, I gotta say. That was very impressive stuff from Ragnarok.
Ragnarok coming out of the gate screaming. Very impressive stuff here. It looked very fast. It had great control of the ball, and those flicks off the wall were just so consistent. I mean, goodness me, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this from an ML bot.
Oh my.
I sure haven't, and that's terrifying.
JoshyDev in chat, he says, rip SmartFridge. He knows that Ragnarok is about to hit some clips.
Yeah, here we have coming up Ragnarok versus SmartFridge. It's starting to be an interesting match.
Ragnarok's wall play kind of reminds me of my own bot, SolarFlare, except Ragnarok actually knows what it's doing instead of just flailing around, you know? And it's like, gosh, look at the skill cap on the wall. I never really thought of doing a flick like that. Like, dang.
I think
Yeah,
anybody
it seems to be very effective. I wonder if Ragnarok discovered that on its own through chance, or how much of that was kind of massaged into the bot.
It is certainly possible that it was just random chance. These ML bots find everything.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Here we have
Enough time.
Ragnarok versus SmartFridge. Ragnarok with control over the ball, and look at it just drive around like nothing. It's like the ball is part of its car. It doesn't even have a chance to lose control.
Bro, it has super glue on its car. It's just that good.
Did you turn spikes on? How is this happening?
Waiting for
Ragnarok
perfect
not
opportunity.
able to sink the first goal here. Here's another chance. Gets the ball in the hood, and a beautiful flick, clean straight over SmartFridge right into the goal.
Power off that flick. Oh my gosh.
Reminiscent of Nexto with how hard it can flick the ball from such close range.
Ooh, that will be exciting to see. Who's the better flicks? Can Nexto defend Ragnarok's?
Yeah, we'll have to see. Here, though, I think Ragnarok sinking another clean shot, no problem at all, it seems, for this bot. Winning the kickoff convincingly. The second bot doesn't crowd out, goes straight for the follow-up, and that's an easy goal.
Or SmartFridge. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think SmartFridge might be a little outclassed in this game, but, you know, we appreciate it trying.
Ragnarok baiting SmartFridge here. Now it goes up the wall. Was it for a flick? SmartFridge missing the ball.
Not quite sink the shot, but Ragnarok gets control of the ball again immediately. Just sticks it right on the hood of the car and drives it around. Here we have, again, that same strategy. This seems to be what Ragnarok really favors. Just grabbing the ball, driving it right off the wall, going for a shot, but the contact is not great. But unfortunately, SmartFridge just does not seem to have a chance to even touch the ball, as every time Ragnarok misses, it just grabs the ball again right on the hood and drives away.
Oh my gosh. What is it?
Just waiting to get a full boost tank.
Goodness.
Waiting for that opportunity to
wait.
flick it.
SmartFridge.
Finally, SmartFridge with one hit, but goes straight back to Ragnarok, who gains control of the ball. Now, Ragnarok seems to be having some trouble converting this play, spinning around sort of in its own half here, driving the ball around. Not sure what's going on with that.
Oh, that was a pass. Hold on.
Oh, finally. Wow, what a great pass.
Dang.
A little while there for Ragnarok to figure out what it wanted to do, but you know, once it made a decision, it seems like SmartFridge didn't stand a chance there. A nice clean pass straight to the other Ragnarok, who in convincing fashion grabbed the ball right on its hood and sunk an easy flick right into the net. So we have a 3-0 lead for Ragnarok with 3 minutes left on the clock. Ragnarok now controlling the ball in front of its own net. Seems to want to do this a lot. It doesn't seem to take the ball in a path, you know, it doesn't seem to turn the ball away from its net. It likes to carry the ball around in front of its net as though it's teasing its opponents.
Something else I noticed is that it doesn't really. Oh my gosh! It almost got double tap.
He turned that
Oh
in.
my gosh!
Unbelievable.
What a
This is
shot.
like-
Ragnarok off the wall, flicks it around the corner, manages to just barely miss, but then catches up underneath the ball at the last second to turn it in, and that's going to be the mercy rule. 4-0 for Ragnarok.
I thought it was going for a double tap, but it was 4 parallel universes ahead of me at that point. Like it knew what it was doing. It had absolute confidence in that shot. Goodness. Only problem I'm seeing though is that the spacing is a little lackluster, but that's about it. Like what else are you missing here?
Yeah. So here we go. Ragnarok now going up against Finesse. This should be an interesting match. I'm excited to see how Ragnarok reacts to Finesse.
Is Finesse. Those of us
Finesse
that
is
don't
made
know,
by
including me.
Lemarac, I believe.
Yep.
I've never. I don't think.
Lemarac.
Has anybody ever seen this play at all?
No, not me.
Me neither. I don't know if he's so. No. I think he streams his training though. So yeah. He streams training. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he does.
Well, personally, I haven't seen it, so this is actually kind of exciting.
It's his first
The
real
kickoff.
test.
Top kickoff,
In
250s.
favor of
Finesse.
Finesse. An early
Wow.
kickoff goal, 0-1 to Finesse. I mean, we have a good start here.
So we're just two
Certainly
body
impressive.
50s.
This is just me, or was it holding
Shove
handbrake the whole time?
Yeah, it did seem to. Let's see if Finesse can repeat that. I'm interested to see how things go when the game actually gets started. Now, Ragnarok seeming to have the advantage off the kickoff, goes off the wall, and oh my
What a
god.
play.
A quick follow-up, and look at this little pop off the corner here. The ball goes right at the wall. Ragnarok for the boost, hits the ball straight into middle. A beautiful pass, and the second Ragnarok is there for the follow-up. I mean, that's an incredible team play right there.
Man, Ragnarok takes positions that I think are bad, but it knows exactly what it's doing. Wow.
Yeah, absolutely. Finesse here off the wall manages to get a decent clear, but into the waiting arms of Ragnarok, who will do what we seem to be used to now, is take the ball, glue it to the hood, and drive away. Straight off the wall, bounces it off the ceiling, down to the teammate. Second Ragnarok not able to get too good of a hit, but the ball is now in the orange corner. Ragnarok taking it off the wall, going for another mid pass, but not able to follow up. Finesse here just seems to be getting outsped, and they are again following each other somewhat like Vector. I don't think Finesse was trained for 2v2 here. Ragnarok goes for another shot and manages to sink it finally, going up 2-1 in favor of Ragnarok 1 minute in.
As someone is in chat said, it's a one-trick pony, but wow, it is a really good trick.
Yeah, that's
not wrong.
True.
Yeah, Ragnarok's just leaving a path of destruction at this point. No mercy for anything.
Yeah, the
Or
thing that
Finesse.
seems to stand out the most for Ragnarok, other than its incredible ability to just carry the ball around like this, is really its speed. I think Ragnarok is just beating everyone to the ball. Although it does seem to get confused, like here, turning the long way around, taking the ball back to its own net quickly so it can get up on the corner, back around to the orange half, but doesn't seem to be able to sink the shot. Another shot off the wall, saved
What
by
is-
Finesse, very close. Back in the hands of Ragnarok, though, who will take it downfield again towards its own half. Ragnarok really likes this play where it goes to its own corner to take the ball
Finesse
off the
blocks
wall.
it though.
Yep, good block by Finesse, managing to maintain some semblance of control. This is a closer match than I think a lot of people thought it might be.
Ragnarok
Oh my
really
gosh.
likes to get that security of the 100, one of the back corner boosts before it.
But I mean, when you
Sparks
think about
on
it,
a
not
journey
even
up the
Nexto
wall.
has this sort of like ball control. Like, it's actually insane. Did you see that flick? It didn't even go for like height. It like specifically used the back of the car to get more power. That
Yeah, it's
was
very impressive. Ragnarok seems to have a great ability to control the ball. not less of an ability to sink the ball into the net, but who needs that when you can carry the ball wherever you want?
Also, if you can shoot 100 times and your opponent can shoot none, then, you know.
Yeah. Ragnarok over the top of the last remaining Finesse defender and manages to sink an open net, 3-1 for Ragnarok. But, you know, this game, again, a lot closer than I expected it to be personally. So I'm very impressed by Finesse's showing here.
Oh, so JPK says Finesse is trained in all modes. So I guess Finesse just doesn't like spacing.
Yeah, I guess
work on
not.
that a little bit. Oh, let's see. We've seen this before. Oh.
And that'll be it. Game over in favor of Ragnarok, going in for a off-the-wall pass again. We've seen this shot in another goal earlier in this match, and it's a convincing way to take the game here. Very impressive by Ragnarok, but again, also very impressive showing by Finesse. It put up a good fight. That game took 2.5 minutes. So, you know, I think a little more time in the oven, and Finesse is going to put up prove to be a big challenger for Ragnarok.
Yeah. The next match is mental torture for me. Oh no.
Be over quickly.
Yeah,
oh, no.
I think Ragnarok versus Monkey is going to come out in Ragnarok's favor pretty quickly.
Yeah, this is pretty easy to predict. The only thing Monkey really has going for him is that maybe he can save one shot if he double jumps high enough. Oh no. Kickoff they're gonna go terribly too, I already tell.
Alright, here we go. We're about to debut Ragnarok versus Monkey.
You know what? At least this isn't Monkey's one match for the day. You know, at the very least. He'll play more.
Ragnarok getting the early control. Monkey managed to get it back in Ragnarok's half briefly, but Ragnarok takes it around the wall and sinks a quick 10-second first goal. No problem at all.
Oh no. Monkey gets a little confused on the wall. He only has like 2 billion steps or something.
Just a little baby, I'm sure, in comparison to Ragnarok. I'm not sure how long Ragnarok has trained for. It's been trained, I think, off and on a few times now, but it wouldn't surprise me if it had, you know, well over 10 billion steps by this point.
For sure. Oh no.
Some good defense.
You can see Monkey trying to approach him, but like Ragnarok just won't let anything happen.
Yeah, Ragnarok
certainly not scared to challenge.
Oh,
certainly
what
not.
A play.
Wow.
What was it? I don't even know what happened, but that was interesting.
Do you want to explain your encoded bit for Monkey?
Oh yeah. So with Monkey, basically he's a one spot, right? But as you can see, he actually spaces, and the reason that happens is because I just hard coded him to stay back.
Interesting. Apparently, Ragnarok was trained for 23 billion steps.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
Monkey's
a little more time.
Monkey's like 21 billion only behind, I think.
We have Ragnarok going in the air, trying to sink the shot, but you know, Monkey providing a good defense here. Ragnarok, I think, just tried to make 3 shots there, and Monkey managed to save them all, so we're back in Ragnarok's half. Only for the brief amount of time that Ragnarok decides the ball should be in that half of the field, while it glues the ball to its hood and carries it around again. Tries to sink another quick shot, but doesn't quite make it. A good 50 there, and a great follow-up straight into the net. Wow, that was really impressive. And I think that's fairly different from what we've seen so far with Ragnarok. See here, it has this little half flip, back flip hit on the 50 to get a nice setup, and then it manages to follow up right in time. That's fairly different from, you know, what we might expect from it so far of just catching the ball and driving it to a new spot. So that was a great shot by Ragnarok.
What a shot. And as you can see, there's a slight flaw with Monkey's rotation. Basically, there's a panic mode if the ball gets too close to his net, so he doesn't know really how to space when it's too close.
Oh my,
no.
What a clean shot, Ragnarok. Straight up the wall, nearly at the ceiling, and manages to backflip flick a shot off the wall at half court, straight into the net.
Monkey can sometimes save those, but not that kind of shot. No.
Yeah, that'll be 4-0 in favor of Ragnarok. Unfortunately, Monkey didn't stand too much of a chance, but it was a good game anyway.
I'm glad he got the one save though. Like he got the one save.
Yeah, true.
Lasted longer than I thought it would. I mean, 3.5 minutes is nothing to scoff at when you're playing Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that was very impressive.
All right, next up is Matrix. Next up to the chopping block. Uh-oh. I believe Matrix was updated though, so let's see if it has any sort of chance here.
Do you want to
Yeah,
see if Bot can score an actual goal against Ragnarok? Because the kickoff goal from Finesse, I believe it was a goal, but it was right off a kickoff, and I want to see if Ragnarok has any flaws, because we haven't seen any yet.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see Nexto or Seer versus Ragnarok to see what kind of weaknesses they can expose.
I feel like this is where Ragnarok. This is the point where Ragnarok could struggle. This is where he could start struggling. This is where the bots start getting a little better.
Yeah, Matrix is no slacker.
Nope. Oh,
But yeah, you know,
Maybe a little bit.
tough enough to defend those kinds of shots. Ragnarok catches the ball easily off the wall from Matrix, flicks it right over the top of both of them, drives in just for the BM, catches the ball again, and drives it into the net. That was incredible.
oh no. Oh dear, another play. Oh, it's okay.
Ragnarok hitting the ball again back towards its own half. It really seems to favor doing this. Second Ragnarok off the wall again, going for the patented Ragnarok flick off the wall. And
Oh
a
my
quick catch in the corner
gosh.
into a conversion of a shot. Doesn't quite make it, but he manages to catch the ball and backflip, flick it at the right at the edge of the net here for 2-0 in favor of Ragnarok.
Ragnarok's just too fast for Matrix. Matrix just doesn't touch the ball at all.
Yeah, that seems to have been the story so far with every opponent that Ragnarok has seen. You know, some bots, they maybe can put up a good fight if you can get them in a situation where they could 50 the ball or even have a chance at a shot, but Ragnarok is just so fast, and look at this, so consistent with these shots off the wall.
No, it's insane. You know, at least Monkey, he could every once in a while hit the ball, but Matrix, poor Matrix just can't catch up.
Yeah, unfortunately, it seems like Ragnarok is just much faster than Matrix here.
Oh wait, Matrix, come on.
Nope.
Oh,
Nope.
Then that'll be a quick conversion off the kickoff to end the game 4-0, not even a minute in favor of Ragnarok. Very impressive.
now we
Need
get
a
to see
Ragnarok
QuadBlueShadow
versus
paying
count.
2.0.
Yeah. Bad Monkey, now we have SolarFlare. Come on, Quad.
SolarFlare might have a chance. Might have a chance because it knows how to use the wall. That's about it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say it doesn't have a chance.
Yeah, it doesn't have a chance. Let's be honest here.
You know, maybe not.
Let's just hope the match lasts longer than a minute, I guess. Oh no.
Well, you never know. You know, ML bots, they tend to be fairly fickle beasts, so maybe we'll find some opponent that seems like it should lose, but has some kind of a weird strategy that trips up Ragnarok.
What a
But this
save.
doesn't seem to be it.
SolarFlare actually got that save. I'm very proud of him. Gets a nice clear.
SolarFlare
clear
does
off the
here against
wall.
the dribble.
Oh, goes in
wow.
for the demo. Now that's an effective way to counter Ragnarok. Here we have 1v2, but the remaining Ragnarok is perfectly happy to pick up the ball and drive it around in circles. SolarFlare gets another demo, and you know what? I think this might actually be a really good strategy. Ragnarok does seem to rely a fair amount on those team plays, the passing shots and follow-ups when it can't get that flick off the wall. So if SolarFlare can manage to get those demos, maybe it's going to be a challenge, but certainly not like this. The double commit from SolarFlare, Ragnarok just flicks it around both of them and sends the ball straight into net.
Ragnarok gets the ball on its hood. it's just as powerful as when it's flicking it off the wall. So if a bot can defend one, chances are it can't defend the other.
Yep, and that'll be a quick follow-up off the kickoff to make it 2-0. Things are not looking good for SolarFlare.
Nope.
Interesting delayed kickoff strategy from Ragnarok. I wonder why it did that.
I smell something fishy here.
Here we have 2-0, 1 minute in favor of Ragnarok. Ragnarok going off the wall again. Tries to make a shot, but not quite on target. SolarFlare, chance for a follow-up, but Ragnarok will, as ever, just catch the ball and start driving it up the wall in its own half. Flicks the ball in front of its net for the second Ragnarok to catch. Here you can see it's like they're playing with their food, just ping-ponging the ball back and forth, catching it on their roof and sending it to the roof of the teammate. Here, again, very odd strategy for Ragnarok to drive around in a circle in front of its own net. Not sure why it does that, but it seems to be working.
I honestly feel like they're just waiting for the boost to spawn. Okay, I got a
That
boost,
could
now I
be.
can go attack.
Ooh,
Oh.
Ragnarok with a interesting sort of a scuffed flick. Doesn't quite make this shot on an easy hit here, but it does catch the ball and quickly bounce it right off the back straight into net. So a good recovery from Ragnarok there.
Yeah, that one hurt my soul.
Yep, SolarFlare seemingly not quite able to catch up here. Ragnarok again just showing that speed combined with the incredible ball control it has. It seems like Ragnarok is really proving to be a very competitive bot here.
Yes, and I think SolarFlare is the first of a long line of bots ahead for Ragnarok that know how to scale the walls of the Rocket League Stadium. So see how it does against some more advanced bots that can also utilize the walls. Maybe it's weakness.
Well, I'm proud that SolarFlare did a pretty good job there. He didn't just fold. He actually tried.
Yeah, not too bad of a showing from SolarFlare. It's just unfortunately Ragnarok seems to be a little better.
Yeah, just a little bit.
All right, here we have Ragnarok versus NDroid. We'll see how this one will go. Starting off on the first kickoff, NDroid a little faster to the ball, but Ragnarok still manages to come out with control of the ball after the kickoff. Now both off the wall. Interesting. Ragnarok doesn't seem to be able to set up a shot, but it quickly catches the ball, converts it into a flick, and predicting NDroid potentially going up for the save here, Ragnarok actually follows this flick into the air just to make sure that the ball does go in the net. A really good shot from Ragnarok, and NDroid unfortunately just could not keep up.
Yeah. Oh wait a minute. That was almost a chance for NDroid.
Could you check the caster's channel on Discord really quick?
Okay, 2-0 in favor of Ragnarok here. 4 minutes, 35 seconds in.
Oh, this is
Ragnarok
Yep.
gets an easy flick off the kickoff, and yeah, I think Ragnarok is going to take this match fairly convincingly.
Yep. I think NDroid's also double committing off kickoff, and Ragnarok doesn't do that, so there's a pretty big gap there. Well, okay, this could be dangerous if Ragnarok misplaces it, but as usual, he doesn't.
Yeah, Ragnarok doesn't seem to have any intention of misplacing it. Goes for that shot. Good save, though. Very fast from NDroid. But unfortunately, that just made it right on the back of Ragnarok, who converts it into a flick for the follow-up here. Not on target. NDroid with a chance to follow up, but no boost here. Ragnarok in for another aggressive play. Gets the ball in the corner. Now bringing it back to the blue half here. Ragnarok just just driving the ball away from NDroid. NDroid, you can see right behind Ragnarok there, but no problem. Ragnarok says, nope, I'm taking the ball this way, and here we are back at the orange half, just shot
Wow.
after shot. Ragnarok playing incredibly aggressively there, and finally manages to sink in the final fourth goal for a 4-0 win against NDroid.
I mean,
He really
Android
wanted
was
to
just
shut
getting
off here.
battered. No boost. Didn't save anything. It was just waiting for the final blow to come.
Yeah. Yeah, I will
Gotta
say
say-
the team play from Ragnarok definitely very strong here. Surprisingly so. We don't often see ML bots with a lot of team play. It seems often that these bots, even when they're trained for a bunch of different game modes, they seem like they're almost just playing on their own and kind of happening to take advantage of the ball when it gets into a spot that a good solo play can happen from. But Ragnarok seems to be pretty convincingly passing the ball around and following up on setups. I mean, this is really impressive stuff.
Well, I just realized that Ragnarok just got into the top 8 with that, so.
Pushing out NDroid. Oh
Yeah.
no. Vulcan is the next one that's about to experience Ragnarok's wrath, and oh no, I still don't think Ragnarok's gonna slow down.
Yeah. SoldierDoge, the creator of Vulcan, he said he wasn't able to watch the stream today, so probably a good thing for this match at least.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think Ragnarok is probably going to take this game as well. But we'll see what kind of a fight Vulcan can put up here. Vulcan beating Ragnarok to the kickoff. You know, Ragnarok seems to get beat to the kickoff by almost every bot, and yet it's been coming away with possession of the ball after every time. Although,
Wow.
that
Oh.
shot going in for a quick follow-up from Vulcan manages to score a counterattack goal, 1-0 in favor of Vulcan. Ragnarok with a rare miss there.
Seems to be the second goal scored on Ragnarok.
Yeah, that's a good point. Vulcan not only with one goal against Ragnarok, but the second goal ever against Ragnarok. So that's something to be proud of. Another kickoff here going in favor of Ragnarok, taking control of the ball, going for a quick flick over the top and straight off the crossbar, down and in. Ragnarok ties it up 1-1. He said, no, you cannot have the lead, and takes it back in convincing fashion.
Yeah, from Vulcan's creator Soldier, he says Vulcan cannot defend flicks. So
Well, that's going to be a problem against the likes of Ragnarok.
exactly.
Here we have a neutral kickoff, ball picked up by Ragnarok, taking it around its own net once again on the wall. Second Ragnarok kind of crowding the other one out, takes it off the wall. Another flick as usual. Vulcan managed to get a counterattack. It's in Ragnarok's half now. Vulcan has an opportunity, but doesn't seem to be interested in following it. Both Vulcans are all the way back, and Ragnarok is doing the ring around the rosy in its own corner that it seems so fond of. Takes the ball at the wall, goes for another flick. Vulcan easily defends that one and sends the ball almost right into
Wow.
Ragnarok's goal for a counterattack. This is a very good showing from Vulcan here. Ragnarok trying to clear. Vulcan with the follow-up, but Ragnarok takes the ball on its hood. A flick into net. It's saved by
What a
Vulcan.
save.
And Vulcan seems to be the
Vulcan is-
first spot we've seen that is keeping up a lot better with Ragnarok's speed. It seems to be there in those moments where, you know, it has an opportunity to touch the ball.
I must say, I think one thing Vulcan's doing very well is on these clears, it is getting the ball away, so Ragnarok cannot counterattack again. As you can see, NDroid was just being peppered, but Vulcan is able to deal with these chances easier, and it's able to get them farther away, so Ragnarok has to regroup before it can launch another assault on Vulcan's goal.
Yeah,
As I say that.
absolutely. Although, unfortunately, a clean flick right over the top. I mean, this is an incredible shot. Put yourself in Vulcan's position. Try to imagine defending this shot. I mean, come on. It's a beautiful flick way over the top of Vulcan, straight on target into a just barely right across the goal line. Shot here from Ragnarok. 2-1, 3 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock.
Ragnarok left with an open net there. It's gonna take those. See, what was Vulcan trying to do here? They were going the wrong side. They realized what was about to happen a little too late.
All right, 3-1 in favor of Ragnarok. see if we can close the game out here. A great kickoff for Ragnarok here. Goes to catch the ball. Okay, Vulcan with a good challenge. Second Ragnarok is up, though. The shot is not quite good. Down and out, but the follow-up is there. Ragnarok scores the 4th goal, and that'll be the game in favor of Ragnarok.
Third time is a charm. Finally got it in.
I gotta say, very impressive showing from Vulcan, though. Like I said, I think this was the first spot that we saw that really felt like it could keep up with the speed of Ragnarok. It's just, the control, the decision making wasn't quite there, but Vulcan did put up a good fight.
I agree.
Yeah, Vulcan
Next we get
certainly
Steer,
tried.
last year's champion. Alright, Quad.
Necto can defend flicks, so this could be the first time Ragnarok gets. Or well, now NDroid and Vulcan have stopped Ragnarok a little bit, but Necto is still stronger, so more secure with its mechanics. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, this should be very exciting. Now we're starting to get into the part of the bracket where the ML bots are really fairly well developed for the most part. They have decent mechanics. They're reasonably good at the game and reasonably consistent. So it'll be interesting to see how Ragnarok fares against this tougher crowd here. First kickoff, going slightly in favor of Ragnarok. Up the wall, goes in for a shot off the ceiling. Necto is there for the save, though. Ragnarok catches the ball in the blue half. Takes it back to the blue corner, over the net as usual. Pass off to the teammate. Ragnarok taking it off the wall. Trying to flick it out to middle. Not seemingly unable to get the ball out of its own half. Ragnarok does not seem to want to hit the ball towards the orange net, although here we have a chance. Ragnarok goes for the flick, and the save is good. Necto with a great defense here.
Yeah, Necto's really the first spot with like peak flick defense. So yeah. I think it has a chance.
Yeah, Necto's defending is great. And Necto, it still has flicks of its own that are really good. The problem here, Necto is just not as fast as Ragnarok. Like that right there, what a great shot. Necto almost there, but Ragnarok capitalizing on that aerial weakness of Necto, really likes to stay on the ground, and Ragnarok taking the ball off the wall like this, I think is going to be the way that it wins here.
The thing that's even more impressive to me than the flicks about Ragnarok is that you can see it doesn't often flick on the goal. Like, it's totally capable of coming off the wall and flicking right accurately on net. It only does it when it knows an opponent's caught out. Other times it just passes,
But here we go. Okay, Necto actually tying it up. Takes control of the ball right off the net and a clean flick right past Ragnarok. I mean, Necto not as good as Nexto, but even then, back in the early stages of development here with Necto, we were starting to see those monster flicks that Nexto is now known for. So Necto is no slouch here. 1-1.
Seems like while Ragnarok can deliver a lot of flicks, it does have some flick weakness. So Necto this is a tough opponent. Ragnarok's just going to have to keep going to the wall. That's Necto's just absolute weakness.
Yeah, it seems like if you can get the ball past Ragnarok, it doesn't have much of a way to answer. But once Ragnarok gains control of the ball, I mean, just look at it go. He takes the ball right up the wall, around the corner, goes for the flick, but unfortunately lost control early on. Necto sending the ball high, Ragnarok up for the follow-up here, and we have another 50 in the corner. Ragnarok just kind of bouncing the ball corner to corner in the orange half. You're not able to line up a shot. And Necto for a good counterattack. Clears the ball far. Ragnarok gets the save, though. Good save. Here we have another chance. Ragnarok goes for the shot, but Necto is there. The save is good. Ball in the orange half. Necto catches it. Ragnarok trying to line something up. Gets the bump on Necto. Driving the ball at the wall. Ragnarok centers the ball for itself. Can we get the follow-up? Nope, unfortunately the shot is not there.
It's kind of curious how a bot that's like this cool, this flashy, and so far it's looked amazing, just in general gameplay. It's like Necto level, which is interesting to think about.
Yeah, it's I think the flash is all well and good, but once you get a bot that can start jumping and can keep up with speed, the cracks begin to show. Well, here we have a really good shot off the wall from across the map. Ragnarok not able to make contact, though. Quickly takes the ball up for a pass in the middle and a follow-up. That's a great aerial shot from Ragnarok. And it does seem like this is going to be the way around Nexto's defense. It's these really high shots. You see that a great pass. Necto doesn't even try to jump for that before the second Ragnarok is up for the shot. And 2-1 in favor of Ragnarok.
Yes,
the flick
Ragnarok definitely has
passes are
that
even
high
more
advantage.
effective. They're even more effective than like the flick shots because no machine learning bots pass, even the ones with great team play. I think that confuses them even more than a hard flick.
Oh, this is dangerous. Necto.
Ooh, Ragnarok
Maybe not.
with a
Maybe hard flick is
clean
perfect.
flick straight into the top bins, right over the top of Necto. Ragnarok says, you know what, you're known for your flicks, Necto, but I can show you some too. And that'll be 3-1 in favor of Ragnarok.
Ragnarok pulled it to the side just enough for Necto's prediction to be a little bit off. Therefore, that was in. Goodness. Oh, wait, this could be good, though.
Kickoff goal here. Oh, no.
Necto's not out of it yet.
Not quite making the kickoff here. Necto with a good hit right up the center of the ball here. Sends it straight into Ragnarok's net off the wall there. And that'll be 3-2, so there's the chance. And here we have Ragnarok taking the ball off the wall again, and the oh my god,
Wow.
a high pass into the midfield. Ragnarok gets a great center. The second Ragnarok is in the perfect spot to follow it up. A fantastic hit. Necto, though, almost making the save, just not quite able to make contact, and that is going to end the game 4-2 in favor of Ragnarok. Now, that was very close. That was the closest game we've seen by far.
Definitely. And it only gets harder from here, so
Yeah.
let's see what Ragnarok can do. Next up is Opti hard-coded. Now, this is still a pretty impressive bot, and I feel like it has more height than Necto, so it could actually have the chance of winning.
Yeah, I think this is. I'm optimistic that they're going to be fairly evenly matched here. Either Opti hard-coded or the GP version, I think, is going to be pretty close to Ragnarok if I had to make a prediction.
The general purpose model will also be interesting to see if Ragnarok beats the hard-coded one first.
Yeah.
The general purpose seems to be kind of in the same area as the Necto, but stronger, you know? So I guess we'll see what happens.
I'd say it's kind of in between Necto and Nexto, the general purpose model. I think Ragnarok will beat the hard-coded model because it still has some kinks, although it has been updated. I think general purpose may take it down.
The main thing
Yeah,
here is if the hard-coded selector can choose the right model, because if it doesn't choose the right model to like defend a flick or something, it's kind of over.
Yeah, that's true. Here we go. Ragnarok gets a early shot. The save is almost there, though. Opti just manages to bounce it off the goalpost, but not quite out. Ragnarok with a good flick in. That's an early goal for Ragnarok. 1-0.
Yeah, Opti just
Opti
took that
actually
one too
had the
slow.
save. Yeah, it had the save. I'm watching on the Twitch stream on the delay. It had the save, but then it got another touch and actually own goaled it.
Oh no.
Ah,
Oh yeah. I
Oh.
meant to say, unfortunately, another bad touch from Opti here. Just neutralizes the ball in the air, basically, right in time for Ragnarok to come in for the follow-up. This is a 2-0 lead in favor of Ragnarok. The game is not going well so far.
Opti's gonna really have to step it up here. It's got quite a bit of ground to cover. There we go. That's a good hit.
Good clear from Opti.
Problem
Sends
is-
it back to Ragnarok's corner.
Yeah, those clears play right into Ragnarok's hands. This is what it likes to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Catches the ball. Ragnarok bringing it again back into its own half. Another strange decision there when it was clearly had a good advantage in the orange half, but Ragnarok still in control of the ball. Up the wall, centers it to the middle, but the teammate's not there for the follow-up.
Wow.
Decent hit on the corner. Opti trying to go for a challenge, but Ragnarok is having none of that. Ragnarok catches the ball, and here we go again, just turning the ball around, driving right up the wall, going for a long flick off the wall. Opti with a good challenge. Ragnarok catching the ball again, and doing the same thing. Just catch the ball, drive it towards the wall. Here we have a good flick down the midfield. Opti does not make the save, but the shot is not in. Ragnarok with another chance. Opti gets the save, goes for the follow-up, but not there. The ball's still in the orange half.
Opti seems to be able to block Ragnarok every once in a while. It just needs to be a little bit faster.
Yeah, that's not going to do it right there. Ragnarok just drives the ball right out into the middle, right in front of the open net, and Opti is happy to own goal that one. Unfortunately, no way to save it, really. Opti was just too far out of position at that point.
I think is when you were talking about it being too slow, I think that's definitely attributed to the hardcoder selector. So I think the general purpose model, it'll be faster because you don't have to wait for the algorithm to give you a model. I'm sure that confuses the bot too, because it's like being put in a difficult situation. Like no time to figure out what's happening.
Right. Although it is a machine though, so it doesn't really need too much
Oh,
time to
that's
figure it
true.
out.
That's true.
But I do agree that general purpose will have more awareness and speed, probably. Oh, that's okay. That's pretty good.
Clear by Opti, sending it back into Ragnarok's half here. Ragnarok catches the ball as usual. Turns it away from its own net this time, so that's an improvement. Sends the ball back down to the orange half. A quick catch goes in for the flick, but Opti is there. The save is good. Ball still in the orange half, though. Ragnarok for the follow-up. Good 50 in the middle. Ragnarok, a weak shot on net. Opti will easily save that. The ball is high. Ragnarok trying in for another shot, but Opti's still there, so really good defending from Opti so far.
Opti's refusing to give up. Oh, this.
Okay, good 50. Opti goes in for the clear here. Ball in the blue half. Opportunity for a shot, and Opti sends it in. Okay, 3-1 in favor of Ragnarok.
What a play there, actually.
Yeah,
It
great
nice
clear
pass.
into a follow-up. Nice shot right over the top of Ragnarok, and Opti actually beat Ragnarok to the ball there, so it is possible.
And Ragnarok saving its second jump there, you can tell it only jumped once and it tried to flip. It likes to do that to get those good 50s and the power on the hits, but that time, I think if it double jumped, it would have gotten a touch. Double jump hurting it in this instance.
Ragnarok does seem to have a lack of fast aerials, so we'll see if Opti can take advantage of that.
Opti holding the drift button. Ragnarok sending the ball downfield. Shot is not on target. Opti in control now. Ragnarok manages to take it back, but a good challenge from Opti sends the ball back into Ragnarok's half, where it'll be caught, brought over the goal, and back downfield. Ragnarok with a good flick. Opti is not quite there, unfortunately. And just like that, 4-1 in favor of Ragnarok. Opti hardcode selector just could not take it.
Yeah, I think Opti just misread the ball a little bit there. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
if it just like jumped from it, it would have probably gotten that clear.
We see that the Ragnarok's flick gets at the goal, but the reason I think Ragnarok would fare better in this match if it flicked more. But I think it flicks less because, as you can see, with the higher level bots, being able to defend flicks more, like, you can tell, in training, Ragnarok versus Ragnarok, it's learned how to counter its own flicks. So I think in training, Ragnarok's best option is to do those wall flicks and the passes to kind of catch its opponent out. And I think if it were trained against Opti or something, it would realize it can exploit the flicks more, but against itself, it knows how to defend the flicks. So that's why it goes for the wall plays more.
That may be. Either way, Opti general purpose up next here. Should be hopefully a better showing. I'm hoping that this version is a fair bit faster on the decision making. It seemed like at times Opti had the mechanics down, but just couldn't seem to capitalize on that, a little too slow. Here we go, first kickoff going in favor of Opti. Okay, Ragnarok here, ready to take the ball back, and Opti choosing to back off. Goes for the challenge. Ragnarok with the early flick into a shot, but it's weak. Opti's there for the clear here. Ball in Ragnarok's court, and Opti lining up the shot, but Ragnarok is there. And the ball still in the blue half. Ragnarok taking it down the field, gets the ball on the roof, goes in for the flick, but Opti is there. The save is good, and see here, this is what I was hoping for. This version of Opti seems to be significantly faster. It's making these decisions a lot better and in good time. So this is looking to be a competitive game so far.
Opti's decision making has been a little goofy, but it is much faster, and it's definitely defending flicks correctly and all that. Taking more shots, and Ragnarok's slipping a little bit here.
Yeah, Ragnarok finally up against an opponent that seems to be able to keep up with the speed a little bit. So Ragnarok forced to do these kinds of things. See how it flicks the ball towards the midfield wall here, and a good flick from the corner does convert into a goal. So Ragnarok up 1-0 in this match. Opti unfortunately just got beat to the ball there. Too aggressive on the challenge, and the defender was not back, so Ragnarok manages to get a pretty easy goal.
Hit the hour mark of Ragnarok's climb, so I wonder if Opti can cap it at an hour, or if Ragnarok's going to keep going for another few minutes.
Well, you know, judging by that incredible save here, I think you might be onto something here. Ragnarok sending the ball back down to the midfield. Opti good for the challenge though, and see, this is the first time we've really seen a bot challenging Ragnarok in the midfield, and I think that's really important. And there, Opti beats Ragnarok to the ball in midair. The ball sent clear into Ragnarok's half. Off the corner here, Ragnarok regains possession, taking it down the middle of the field for a shot, but Opti is there.
Ragnarok thought it had the pace to get Opti out and get that shot in. It didn't feel the need to keep it on its car. It just let it roll off, but Opti's faster than Ragnarok's expecting.
Another good shot off the corner here from Ragnarok, but unfortunately not quite on target. Opti managing to stay fairly well defended here, not overcommitting, so this is good to see.
Good save.
Ragnarok flicking the ball high into the middle, goes for the follow-up, but unfortunately can't make contact. Now Ragnarok trying to take the ball back to its own half, but Opti is there. Unfortunately, the shot did not quite line up. Now the ball back in Ragnarok's favor. A good flick, bar down and in, and that's just a little overcommit from Opti here. And Ragnarok, you can see with those really high off-the-wall clears, manages to get it right over the top of both of the Optis and sends it clean into the net. 2-0 for Ragnarok.
Ragnarok even got a little bump on Opti there to kind of throw it off.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
Little things Ragnarok are doing right.
Okay, interesting play.
Yeah, Ragnarok does really seem to like taking the ball into its own half, which is an interesting strategy that we haven't seen from many other bots so far.
It does seem to confuse quite a few bots, and they don't like to push up when he does this, though.
Yeah, true.
True.
Okay, a decent shot going for the follow-up, but Opti is there with a great save. Opti seems to be pretty confident in getting these challenges in the air, and it's very effective at them.
Well, Ragnarok passes it to Opti, but the catch isn't good.
That was just an ego pre-jump right there, but it worked out for Ragnarok. Love to see it.
Ragnarok again carrying the ball in front of its own net. Okay, goes up the wall for a nice flick off the side.
Wow.
Oh, and the follow-up is good. Ragnarok manages to get it around Opti in midair. A good shot, sinks the goal for 3-0. I mean, you know, this game surely is closer, but Ragnarok is convincingly better than Opti here.
This is the closest it has felt, and Ragnarok is still just absolutely destroying bots. It's actually insane.
Yeah, the speed of Ragnarok and the consistency with which it can take the ball up the wall and set up these high in the air passes and shots is just, it's too much, I think, for a lot of the other bots that we've seen. But
This could be a
Opti putting
chance.
up a great fight.
Oop. Oh, Ragnarok.
A little bit of team interference there by Ragnarok. Now taking the ball downfield, Opti gets the challenge. Opti with an opportunity here, but got beat in the air by Ragnarok. So now we have the ball in the blue corner. Opti going for a challenge here. The ball is in the middle, but Ragnarok manages to get the clear. Now downfield, follows it up with a quick shot right over the top of Opti, and that's 4-0. GG's in favor of Ragnarok. Still a close game. I mean, that was very impressive by Opti. That was the closest we've seen so far.
Yeah, it's closest match we've seen, but even then, still a 4-0.
Yeah.
Don't know. Okay, Ripple is pretty good. It's really good, but
Pretty good.
does it have enough flick defense for Ragnarok?
Yeah, I think this is the game
thing is-
that a lot of people have been really looking forward to. Myself included, I said I was most interested in seeing this matchup. This Ragnarok versus Ripple coming up. I think this is going to be a really good game.
This is the Rolv versus Wrangler new bot Rumble. too many R's in that sentence, but
It used to be Element versus Necto, and now it's Ragnarok versus, well, all of Rolv stuff.
Yeah.
much.
All right, here we
Yes,
go,
this
and
is
we
very
have
hype chat.
Ripple versus Ragnarok. This is going to be a great game. Hopefully, Ripple is going to be able to keep up with these aerial shots from Ragnarok. We'll see how it goes. Let's get right into it. First kickoff here. They goes in favor of Ripple, but Ragnarok manages to get the follow-up, clearing the ball far. Ripple with a good clear, bouncing the ball off the wall and trying to take possession here, but Ragnarok kind of just playing a little interference here, keeping the ball in the corner, manages to take it high, but can't send it down to the teammate. Ripple with a good clear into the corner. Doesn't fly up for the challenge in the midfield, though.
Close. That was close. Ripple certainly does have the speed to keep up, though, it seems like.
Yeah.
Well, that was
Ragnarok
a
on
good
the wall.
challenge,
Ripple
too.
with a good challenge. Shot opportunity, maybe. No, blocked by Ragnarok. Okay, another bounce off the corner. Ragnarok for a quick follow-up shot across the field here. Ripple is up, and oh my god,
That stays out. Oh
save
my
is
gosh.
good. Wow.
Wow.
Ridiculous.
What an incredible save by Ripple there. That was insane. That was right on the goal line. Almost in, but just barely manages to bounce out. And Ragnarok goal, almost with an own goal. Taking the ball across its own net again for a flick, a really high flick.
It's been over a minute, and Ragnarok hasn't scored. This is looking very close.
Yep, Ragnarok up the wall, sends the ball to the middle for the follow-up, but Ripple is there. The ball in the orange corner now. I will say it seems like Ragnarok has had most of the possession so far, although Ripple with a good clear here might change that. Ragnarok up the wall, trying to send it back to the orange half, but Ripple is there. Ball centerable, but Ragnarok has possession here. Ripple there for the follow-up, though, keeping it in the blue half. Ragnarok trying seemingly his best here, trying to defend from Ripple's possession, but Ripple seems to always be in a good position here. Oh, doesn't quite make contact in the ball with the ball in the air, though, and that's a good follow-up from Ragnarok. That's going to be the first goal, 1-0 in favor of Ragnarok after an unfortunate whiff from Ripple in the air.
The goal
You can see how much more aggressive Ripple is. It's really keeping Ragnarok back in its own half. And you could see one of those Ragnarok aerials that kind of messed up. So I think Ripple, if it can find a Ragnarok inconsistency, can maybe make this game close.
Yeah, absolutely. Here, though, Ragnarok in its comfort zone with the ball at near the ceiling. Sending it towards the net, but not quite in a scoreable spot. However, Ragnarok still in control. Ripple hot on his heels, though, goes for the demo and gets the boost. This could be good if Ripple can convert. Sends the ball towards the middle. No follow-up shot from the teammate, though. Ragnarok flicking it over the top here. Ball still in Blue's half. Ragnarok low on boost, tries to flick the ball towards the middle. The teammate coming in. Oh, the follow-up is not good. Ripple now sending it back downfield towards Ragnarok's half. Ragnarok with the catch, converting it into a dribble, and Ripple is not there. Wow, catching Ripple out of position again. Ragnarok manages to convert a possession into a quick goal here, and that'll be 2-0 for Ragnarok.
Wow. Yeah, Ripple's fast, but it's like got small windows where its defense isn't quite lined up, and Ragnarok takes advantage of all of them.
Agreed.
Yeah,
Ragnarok is just marching.
Seems to be taking every opportunity to get the ball off the wall and go for those high flicks, high passes, and those high shots, which Ripple is just not able to defend against. Here we go, another flick right over the top of Ripple. The shot is not good.
An Athena flick there. Ripple's still holding on. Oh, Ragnarok going the wrong way. Still has the possession, though.
King Ripple's just demo chasing at this point. Oh, wow.
Powerful. Look at the speed on that. I want to know how fast that was going after he hit it.
58.
Wow.
Oh, never mind.
Ragnarok, well, it hit the ground before it went in, but what incredible power right off the wall. That was before the midline here. Ragnarok off the wall near the ceiling with a really powerful flick right downfield, and you know what? It seems like Ripple is just not able to keep up. This is a real surprise. I think a lot of people thought Ripple was going to be the foil to Ragnarok, but no, not even close, honestly. Ripple not able to take even a single goal. Ragnarok winning 4-0 against Ripple. Now, I think that's a surprise to a lot of people.
If I were Nexto, I'd be a little scared right now.
Yeah.
Ragnarok has
If I were
decimated
Seer, I'd
every
be a little
single
scared.
bot 4-0 and is now coming up against the former best bot in the world. Oh dear.
I mean, that was the third best bot. The third best bot, and Ragnarok swept it. That's insane.
Nexto has even tighter defense than Ripple though, so we're gonna have to see if it's finally enough to stop this bot.
What do you guys think?
Yeah, this one I think is gonna. I think Ragnarok is probably not gonna be able to do this. Nexto, so far seems to have been basically like this brick wall for a lot of bots. Nexto just has been consistently basically on another level compared to a lot of the bots we've seen. I think it's gonna be able to take the win against Ragnarok here, but we'll see how it goes. So getting into it, first kickoff goes in favor of Nexto. Ragnarok manages to get a high clear into its own corner. Nexto is there, but Ragnarok taking control down the midfield. Nexto, however, with a good shot straight into the net. That's 1-0 in favor of Nexto.
I think this is like one of the first times we've really seen Ragnarok struggle. Nexto finally has the speed to keep up with this bot. And even if Nexto somehow loses, I doubt Seer will fall. Seer's just too strong.
Yeah, true.
But even then, Nexto is just not letting this happen so far.
Ragnarok taking the ball around its own net as usual. Makes a good conversion into possession down towards Nexto's half, but Nexto is there for the defense here. Ragnarok back in possession with the ball, of course going straight for the boost and then right up the wall as we've seen before. But loses control, doesn't make a decent shot, and Nexto is there for the challenge in the air and tries to convert into a goal almost, but the shot is not quite on.
Oh, Ragnarok with a good clear.
Save.
Real. The only thing that
double
Ragnarok has
Nexto with
going
a
for
miss.
it.
This could be.
No, but the second Nexto is there for a good clear.
Yeah, I feel like Nexto's.
And Nexto just cleaning it up. Yeah, I think Nexto is going to be too much here. Yeah, Nexto is a relentless force in my experience. It always has some way to take some kind of a shot or to get into a position that's advantageous. It's just really good at these basic mechanics of getting into the right position, taking good shots, making decent saves. Nexto is just it's just on another level.
I think the best for Nexto is clinical. It will always find a way to hurt you, no matter who you are.
Absolutely. Here, the ball in Nexto's half, but Nexto got it on top of its hood, and we all know what happens when Nexto gets to flick the ball. Quick flick over Ragnarok, tries to get the challenge, but unfortunately the second Nexto is there for a follow-up off the clear here. Ragnarok not able to make good enough contact, and that'll be 3-0 in favor of Nexto. It doesn't seem like Ragnarok's going to take this one.
You can see Nexto's positioning too. It was on both sides of the Ragnarok. There was no way Ragnarok was getting it away from its own net.
Oh, but here we go. A quick bad kickoff here from Nexto. Goes in the favor of Ragnarok, and Ragnarok manages to get the quick follow-up here off the wall, and that's 1-3, so okay. I mean, better than nothing.
Well, let's see. Let's see if we can win more kickoffs like that. Could be the opportunity. Nexto also does seem to double commit on kickoffs, so that could also be another little trick that it could use.
Here we have the ball in Ragnarok's half. Ragnarok trying to go for the flick over top of Nexto, but the challenge is there, and the follow-up off the wall. Nexto just does not let anything by, and that is 4-1 in favor of Nexto. Unfortunately, Ragnarok is just not good enough.
That aerial is wild.
That was a, maybe that's the end of Ragnarok's climb up the ladder, but very impressive climb, managing to beat out even Ripple. I think that was a big surprise. Ragnarok coming out of the gate in its debut matches, very impressive.
Yes. That was that was quite a run. And now that Ragnarok is finished, it's time to go all the way back down.
I saw somebody in chat said when Ragnarok beat Necto that Necto, being previously the the 1v1 champion, from the last major tournament that was held in RLBot. Now, maybe not and going to end up not even in the top 8 of the ML bots. So what an incredible rise machine learning bots have seen in the past couple of years here. This is really impressive.
Yes. I mean, the progress that's been made in like a year, it's wild. Let's see, there's already 6 bots above Necto, and that used to be the best bot in the world. Vector could be better than Necto, and then all these other bots that are below are still training, or most of them are still training, so there could be even more eventually.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm really excited for the future. I would love to see a couple years from now what ML bots look like. It's very exciting. But here we have Opti-GP versus Ripple coming in here early in the match.
Last time this match was run, I think it was like 1 goal difference, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think it was very close. Ripple here with good possession. Did get that demo early on, but not able to capitalize. Opti going for a good clear. Now the ball in Ripple's half. Ripple with possession. Opti does not manage to get a challenge. Ripple over the top here, setting up the shot, but Opti is there. Manages to get the clear back into the corner. Ripple taking the boost, a backflip flick to try and keep the ball in the corner, but Opti is there. However, Ripple from the midfield manages to send it back. The ball just sort of meandering around in the orange corner here. Opti with a good clear. Ripple not able to follow up with the challenge. Shot opportunity for Opti if Ripple doesn't get back in time. That's a demo. Oh, that's 2 demos. No, but it's just not good enough. Ripple looking like my teammates again with going for these demos instead of trying to hit the ball here. Unfortunately,
I think after the demo, after the demo, Ripple own goaled that because of
that was just barely too far. Unfortunately, 1-0 in favor of Opti. Ripple going for those demos here, but on the kickoff, Ripple gaining possession, but in the blue half here, Ripple with no boost. The ball is high. Opti not really there for a follow-up. Ripple gets a mid-air demo. Man, Ripple is really aggressive, with these demos. We don't see that often with these ML bots.
He's going for that demolition. He's trying to beat out Adversity bot right now.
Yeah.
Wants that title.
Here, Ripple going in
Oh,
for the
did you see that Ripple? It
for
went
another
forward
demo.
for the demo
for the
again.
demo. Still, Opti definitely avoiding the collision here. Now has the ball on top, going in for the dribble, goes for the flick. Oh, and the pop is good. 2-0 for Ripple. What a good shot.
Ripple is pretty good, but it seems like Flick's still confusing a little bit.
Yeah, Ripple seemingly not able to effectively shadow that kind of play there. Opti with a really clean carry into a pop there. Now off the kickoff, the ball going in Opti's favor slightly, but Ripple is up faster. Opti not able to capitalize. Ball in Ripple's possession in the orange half. We have a flick opportunity here. Ripple pops the ball over the top, down low, right off the post. We almost had the same save that Necto got against Ragnarok earlier, but unfortunately, Opti not quite able to recover in time. You can see it landed on its back there, not on its wheels, so just did not get back in time, and the ball will go in. 1-2 in favor of Opti.
What a goal. Goodness. Good win for Ripple here. It's going to go up the wall. Opti's not ready for it. This could be a goal. A little too high.
Not quite able to make contact there. Opti, good save off the follow-up from Ripple here. Oh, catches itself off the post here. Opti not able to make a good challenge. Ripple now has possession of the ball, just sort of juggling it back and forth with Opti. We have a nice hit off the wall into the middle. Ripple there trying to get a follow-up, but the angle is awkward. He takes the boost. Ripple going in here. Opti gets a good challenge, but that sends it right down to the middle for the awaiting Ripple, who does not make a good shot. Ball now in the air. Ripple is high.
That's a good
Second
pass.
Ripple does not seem to follow up the pass, but Opti misses the follow-up. Opti going for a flick, not quite there. Ripple takes possession again, sends the ball back down the field.
Oh, the demo. Oh, the other Ripple just wasn't fast enough on the corner there, but that was a good play. That was a good attempt. Oh.
Ripple now, shot over the top. Opti is ready. But we have an immediate follow-up. Opti ready again. Great save there. That would have been on target, I think. Opti now catching the ball. No fear right in front of the goal line. Just carrying it down the field. Here we go. Another pop right over the top. And that's the same thing that worked last time. That's 3-1 in favor of Opti.
swerved one ripple, and then the other ripple just wasn't ready for that pop. Yeah.
Very impressive showing from Opti here.
Yeah, Opti has definitely shown improvement since last week. Quite a bit, too.
Yeah,
Go.
absolutely.
The
Now,
flick.
Opti manages to flick it over just before getting demoed.
Okay,
Ripple now.
Okay, a little bit of
Unable to
confusion, but
advise.
he's got that slow dribble. Oh, this could be it. Yep.
Opti with the third straight just catch, drive straight down the field, and pop it right over the top of Ripple. This is a convincing strategy that seems to work basically every time against Ripple, and here we see Opti just abusing that and taking the game fairly easily.
Something in this week of trading.
Yeah,
Last week.
Opti definitely developed a strategy there. It seemed like that one thing Ripple was weak to. Maybe not even just like straight up flicks, it's just the pop was too fast for it to really react. But Opti definitely trained for that one. One now. Now it's the hard-coded turn though. Opti hard-coded. I still think Ripple could win this one because Opti general purpose still had a little bit of trouble getting through Ripple, but Opti hard-coded is quite a bit weaker. It's also hard-coded, so it's slower, and Ripple's pretty fast.
Yeah, we definitely saw when hard-coded was going against Ragnarok that the Opti hard-coded definitely was a little bit slower than the general purpose, so I wonder if that's going to turn out to be a problem against Ripple, although a great challenge by Opti here.
Turtling
Sending
in
it downfield.
confidence.
Ripple, however, there, Opti challenges it again, sends it into Ripple's corner. Not quite able to make the shot here. Ripple still in the defensive here, has an opportunity to clear, but instead goes for the catch, trying to go maybe for a flick. Opti is there, however. Ripple with the follow-up, but Opti with a great challenge. Unfortunately, the demo, Opti unable to follow it up here. Goes for the shot on net, but Ripple is there.
Yeah, great save by Ripple. Playing really fast. Opti hard-coded is putting quite a bit of effort into this, though. It was updated this week, so maybe we underestimated it a little bit. Oh, reading Ripple right there off the wall.
What a great challenge. Opti hard-coded going up 1-0 on the first goal here. Ripple trying to go for a flick around, but just does not quite manage to make good contact on the ball, and Opti will send that one in off the challenge straight into the net.
Yeah, Opti hard-coded really, really proving us wrong here. Oh, it's got some good reads, that's for sure. When the model chooses, or when the hard-coded chooses the right model, that just doesn't let anything through.
Yeah, absolutely. Opti definitely giving us a strong showing here. Hard-coded doesn't seem to have too much trouble here as we go 2-0 in favor of Opti. It just seems to drive the ball no problem. Ripple, an unfortunate whiff here, gives Opti a good chance for a follow-up shot, and the goal is good.
Yeah, Opti.
Figure out Ripple. Do you think its errors are attributed to that 200 millisecond delay, or just the fact that it's just like, I don't want to say not that good yet, because it's clearly very good, but it doesn't seem that comfortable with a lot of scenarios.
Yeah, I think that's sort of one of the biggest things about these machine learning bots is you can often encounter, you look at it on the stream, it's training, it's looking really good, but then you don't realize that, well, it only looks that good when it's playing against itself. And as we can see here, when it encounters a new opponent that doesn't do things that Ripple is used to encountering, well, sometimes that's too much. Here we have Ripple, classic example, going for the clear here, something that probably would have worked when playing against itself, but Opti is there already in the air. Goes straight for the counterattack shot from the midfield, and that's 3-0 in favor of Opti.
Yeah. Ripple needs some more training, that's for sure. It's doing a pretty good job, but Opti is actually overwhelming it right now. Both Optis, as a matter of fact. So,
yeah.
Yeah, as you can see, that aerial touch wasn't very great, and neither was that one.
Oh no, and yeah, that I think that's gonna solidify it. 4-0 in favor of Opti hard-coded. The speed of the hard-coded selectors seems to not have impacted Opti's ability to beat Ripple at all here. A convincing win, and that'll make both versions of Opti go up better than Nexto here on the rankings. Sorry, better than Ripple.
And Ripple continues its downward spiral. We had the ladder climb from Ragnarok, and now we're having a do rank session for Ripple. So
yeah, Ripple's performance today very reminiscent of myself trying to play ones. Basically, just can't catch a break. Next up, Ripple versus Necto.
It's not all there.
I feel like the outcome of this one should be decided right now. Like I believe it's Ripple, but yeah. I mean, its performance today has been a little lackluster.
I don't think Necto is going to be too hard for Ripple. I think Ripple is clearly better than Necto. Necto obviously very good, but Ripple just seems to have a lot better speed and definitely is a lot more aggressive. So I think that this one's going to be pretty straightforward. Although, you know, I'm immediately eating my words as 12 seconds in here, Necto gets a breakaway and manages to flick the ball right into the net over the top of Ripple. So maybe not as easy as I'm making it out to be.
Yeah, Ripple really doesn't have the vibe today. Oh gosh. Oh no. This is certainly not what I predicted, that's for sure. Ripple today is just not feeling it. Another miss on the ball. Necto.
The flick is good, but Ripple is there for the save. Gets a center off the wall here. Ripple is there for the follow-up, but Necto is able to defend here. Now another shot opportunity for Ripple. Necto doesn't quite manage to make the clear, and bar down and out though. Necto just barely on the goal line. Goes in for the counterattack shot, and Ripple loses the 50 at the midfield. Oh no. It's 2-0 for Necto. Who saw this coming?
Well,
Man, did Ripple get updated? Can we roll that one back? I don't think it's different. I think it's the same.
Yeah, I think it learned a little too much from the Plats.
Yeah. Ripple here, not a very strong showing, and really, I don't think it's much of a strategy weakness so much as just whiffing the ball. It didn't make a good contact on that 50. It's been missing some shots, getting bad touches today. Ripple just it seems like its basic mechanics are not quite there. Here again, Necto with another opportunity shot, and Ripple missed again, but Necto not quite able to capitalize the ball. Still in Ripple's half, but Ripple has a chance here. Drops the ball and seems to drive away, but with the follow-up, Ripple not quite able to send the shot on target. The ball in the corner here, Necto unable to clear the ball. Fortunately, the teammates there for the follow-up. Ripple now has an opportunity, but Necto sends it far. Ripple chasing the ball at the wall in its own half here. Gets one touch off the bounce, goes for a bump, but the clear is not good. Necto with another shot opportunity. Fortunately, Ripple was able to get back in time, now sending the ball back to its corner, and this is a familiar sight. We see the ball basically in Ripple's corner for most of the game here, but we have a good clear. Ripple with a demo and a potential shot opportunity, goes for the boost, and another demo. Okay, interesting. No center. Necto is there for the clear, doesn't take the ball off the wall, but has a decent hit. Now Necto back in possession, but gets demoed again. Necto just cannot play the game today. Ripple tries to make it clear, but Necto is there. Unfortunately, the other Necto is still respawning. Ripple with a shot downfield. Okay, and a nice goal for Ripple here. Necto goes for the clear, but Ripple hits it off the wall and gets a good counterattack shot. So we are 2-1 now in favor of Necto still.
Ripple finally seems to have like calmed down a little bit. Seems to be thinking a little more thoroughly. Now it's actually putting up some pressure. Okay.
Ripple off the wall here, goes for the center clear here, but no one there to follow up for it. Decent touch off the wall. Okay.
This could be
Necto
good.
getting the clear. Okay, Necto sends it high. Ripple is there, but another bad touch here. Necto with the follow-up, but Ripple was there.
Ooh, Necto. That could actually lob straight in. Oh my gosh.
Goodness.
Wow,
Necto was there,
I am
ready
back.
for the gets the challenge here right in the air, and that goes right in. Ripple was not fast enough.
Oh, oh dear. This Necto is actually beating Ripple at this point. How old is Necto again compared to Ripple? Like a year older or something?
Yeah, a couple of years, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, although Ripple does get another one in. Keeping it close, keeping it close. Just need to
Yep,
score
2-3
one
now.
more. And then it can
Ripple
tie it up.
capitalizing on a poor hit from Necto right on the goal line. One minute 45 left. 2-3 in favor of Necto here. Ripple has a good opportunity now off the kickoff, but Necto is there. Saves the shot, but not the follow-up. Ripple manages to get the follow-up, tying up the game here right on the goal line. 3-3.
That's the Ripple we know. There we go. Finally, it's tied, but there's still a minute and a half in the game, so anything could really happen here.
The kickoff.
Yeah, next goal is the win, so this is really important right here. Necto almost centering it for Ripple, but not quite. Managed to keep possession just enough. I think Ripple's out of boost though. A little low.
Yeah, boost not looking too good. The ball lobbed high in the middle here. Ripple is there, goes for the catch, trying to play it around the Nectos, gets a decent flick, but the shot is not there. Necto now grabbing possession of the ball, goes for a great 50-50 here, has potentially a shot opportunity. The ball's rolling into the net, and Necto
Wow.
beats Ripple 4-3. What an unexpected outcome.
Oh my gosh. Ripple really not doing it today. Just doesn't want to.
This is a bad day for Ripple. He's he's tilted. He was playing ranked all day before this. I mean, unfortunately, this is just not Ripple's day.
Well, next up is Vulcan. So let's see if Ripple could finally pull out a win today. Goodness. Poor Ripple. Get a better update. Otherwise, it's gonna kind of be stuck down there. Could be in a dangerous position when Vector. Yeah, I'd say Vector is probably the only other thing that could probably threaten Ripple, but he's all the way down to 15th right now.
Ah, there we go. Some technical difficulties. I'm back. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yes.
Perfect. Also brought pizza, because everybody knows watching bots and eating pizza is the secret to life.
Very true. Up next, we have Ripple versus Vulcan after Ripple unfortunately actually lost to Necto in a surprise turnaround. Ripple losing every game so far today. We'll see how it can hold up against Vulcan.
All right, instantly with the demo. Oh, leaves the net open though. Vulcan didn't have any boost. Okay, some good defense. Ripple. Well, Vulcan actually seems to be kind of passive here, and Ripple's pretty aggressive, so this could end badly for Vulcan. He's gonna need some more aggression if he really wants to win.
Ripple here with a good dribble downfield. Does not quite manage to make the shot on target. Gets a good demo though. Ball still in Vulcan's corner here. Ripple going in maybe for another bump. Okay, yeah, both Ripples trying to bump Vulcan. Not interested in the ball. Ball is centered, but nobody is there. Ripple again going for another bump here. Vulcan.
Oh no!
Oh, maybe an accidental own goal. Oh no. The ball
Ripple.
gets cleared right into Vulcan by mistake, and that is 1-0 in favor of Ripple.
You know, you could say that was Ripple's doing. They bumped that Vulcan into that specific spot, and then that happens. So,
Yeah, calculated.
hey, Ripple's just 10 steps ahead.
Yeah. Okay, off the kickoff, Ripple gets good possession, but not a great shot, although the second Ripple is there for the follow-up, and that's 2-0. Okay, this game is looking pretty good. It seems like Ripple is probably going to come out on top. Vulcan just not able to make a good clear there with a pretty awkward touch, and the second Ripple was able to follow it up.
All right, another good kickoff for Ripple. Vulcan sort of missing that aerial there. Ripple's good position, and that's it.
Just a quick follow-up, no problem at all. Now this is finally looking like Ripple is comfortable against this opponent. After a long day of getting beaten down by other bots, I think Ripple is going to take a convincing W here.
Yeah, Ripple not having any of it. Finally
Yeah,
wants to
we'll
show
see.
that it's not completely washed.
We'll see. It needs to coast down soon. That's a nice clear off the backboard. Is Vulcan going to be able to defend? Gets around one Ripple. Actually
Oh.
beats the second, but the first has recovered. Ripple trying to take control here. Gets a good clear. Will Vulcan be back? Yes, it will. Off the wall. Ripple has boost. That's a nice aerial. Is it going to get the follow-up? No, that's a very good 50 by Vulcan. Coming down the other way now.
Could be dangerous for Ripple. He's not hurrying back.
Oh, the
Misses,
shot
but it
just
wasn't
barely
in.
off the post. And a flick by Ripple. Could secure it.
Oh, not quite.
Not quite.
The shot does not quite make it. Now Vulcan with an opportunity for a counterattack. Doesn't quite get the right angle, though. Shot is wide. Ripple with a crazy hit there. Wow, what a hit. Facing the wrong way, managed to send the ball straight
demo.
backwards. Nice little demo. Vulcan sends the ball high, not a
Oh.
good clear, and that's straight into the waiting hands of Ripple, who will secure the 4-0 W against Vulcan.
What a match. Ripple finally pulling out a win.
Yeah, Ripple, unfortunately, after a bad day, gets a nice easy win, a consolation win. Hopefully Ripple's feeling better. And
All
we
right,
move
next
on
up
now
we
to
got
Vulcan versus NDroid.
Vulcan beat NDroid last time, and Vulcan got updated, so I would assume this would probably fare the same way.
Yeah,
Back on the-
hopefully Vulcan will win.
Back on the note of Ripple, it's like you high ranked, well, not every ranked players will know. It's like a huge loss streak where you lose like 100 MMR, and Ragnarok had the opposite. Just couldn't stop winning.
Yeah, true.
Exactly. We have everything today. All the ups, all the downs. All right. Android wasn't actually updated this week, so that's kind of interesting. I'm guessing
True.
Nilssius wasn't really happy with whatever model he got this week or so. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah, we'll have to see if the latest updates have improved Vulcan substantially, or maybe some strange changes happened, and we'll see the matchup even out a little bit. But so far, the hits from Android not too great. That's 2 whips in a row up the wall here. Vulcan sending it to the center, but Android is able to clear. Gets the boost. Ball bouncing towards the midfield. Android goes for a shot-like thing, although I wouldn't call it a shot. Ooh, Vulcan, though, quick off the wall. A nice little hit towards the enemy net, and the
Oh, double commit from Android.
Android leads to an easy goal from Vulcan. It is 1-0.
Yeah. Android leaving the net completely open for the second Vulcan to just take that easy shot.
Yeah, unfortunately, those kinds of double commits I think are fairly common from ML bots that haven't had quite as much time in the oven as they might need. And you can see here a little bit of flopping around here going on from both of the bots as the ball heads towards the orange half here. Android going up for it, no boost though, still managed to make contact, but Vulcan up in the air. Hits the ball off the ceiling, would have been on target, but a little slow, so Android is able to keep up. Now Vulcan again goes up, gets a decent hit, leaving the ball in the middle for the other Vulcan to follow up. The shot is good, and that's 2-0 for Vulcan.
Good shot there. The nice aerials and stuff. Vulcan seems to be it seems to be on par with the speed that Android has, but Android doesn't seem as secure on its mechanics. So Vulcan will take the advantage most situations.
Here, kickoff goes heavily in favor of Android, but unfortunately, Android is not there for the follow-up. One thing I'm noticing, Android seems to have some trouble with boost here. It seems like it often doesn't have very much boost, whereas Vulcan seems to be a bit better at conserving the boost, which gives it the opportunity to go for these follow-ups here. Like right now, NDroid not able to catch the ball here in the middle, both out of position. Doesn't seem like either of them have any boost, and so Vulcan is able to just fly up, hit a quick little shot right into the goal, and that's an easy open net for him. 3-0 in favor of Vulcan.
Oh, good kickoff win for Vulcan. Just needs to follow up. NDroid gonna get a weak touch, but gets the follow up.
Vulcan, a bit of a weak hit here, but NDroid unfortunately beat to the ball, does not manage to go up for it. Again, 0 boost, and Vulcan will secure the 4-0 win. A convincing win against NDroid.
SolarFlare did have an update, and hopefully it got better, I guess. And yeah, basically, just a small recap of, I guess, Solar. Made a couple of rewards changes, and now his rotation's a little more secure. Doesn't leave the net open quite as much and stuff. So I guess we'll see what happens. He also fixed his rotation a little bit in the way that he can just kind of leave the ball. He doesn't do that quite as much anymore, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it should be interesting to see how this goes.
Yeah, I am kind of annoyed that he won't aerial though. So no matter how much I've tried, it doesn't aerial. I did transform it from a 1s to a 2s bot though, so that might be why.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a tough one. There are a lot of these little challenges that prove to be quite a bit harder than it seems like they should be with machine learning. Like, for example, even just getting the bot to kick up very well. You can see a lot of these bots, they have hard-coded kickoffs, right? So there's so much stuff in machine learning where you're like, man, this should be so easy. Like, this is the simplest part of the game. But turns out getting the bot to learn how to do that's pretty hard. But here we have NDroid getting a first goal here, 1-0 very quickly. A bad touch from SolarFlare on the goal line, does not manage to clear the ball, and NDroid follows it up.
Yeah. Got too early of a touch there. Oh, good kickoff win though. NDroid fumbling a little bit on the wall.
Just sliding up the wall in turtle fashion. Nothing wrong with that. SolarFlare hitting the ball off the wall towards the middle. Gets a decent touch over the top of NDroid, but second NDroid is there to clear. The follow-up is not there for SolarFlare, and NDroid takes possession, sending the ball downfield. SolarFlare, though, catches the ball off the wall and bounces it down towards the midfield. NDroid with a whiff. Okay, 2 whiffs and a great shot. What a great play from SolarFlare. Just getting it past both of the androids down the field here, 1 versus 2, and ties up the game 1-1.
Oh dear. My heart is kind of pumping a little bit. I've spent like a lot of tweaking trying to get him to get his shots more on closer to the net and stuff like that. Seems to be working so far. As you can see there, he breaks his rotation to try and score, but he does miss.
NDroid sending the ball far downfield, but SolarFlare is there with a decent clear. NDroid sends it to the middle to nobody, and then SolarFlare picks up the ball, bringing it downfield into NDroid's half. Now we have NDroid going up in the air for a decent clear down the midfield. SolarFlare ready for the catch here, gets a nice challenge, but NDroid is there. Ball just sort of bouncing back and forth in the middle. NDroid now bringing the ball in front of the orange net. Decent lob in the air, but not quite on target. SolarFlare now catching the ball, but beaten by NDroid. The shot opportunity would be there. Unfortunately, the NDroid teammate not quite recovered, couldn't get there. We have a demo coming in for SolarFlare as the ball rolls in front of its net. There's a shot opportunity here, but SolarFlare is not quite there. NDroid now going for a counterattack shot, but SolarFlare sends it back to the blue half.
SolarFlare trying to get it around with the corner, but NDroid's there to challenge. NDroid trying to get some pressure going. SolarFlare counters it. Is that in? Not quite.
Not quite.
Post it.
Barely off.
Dude, magnetic posts are on again, guys. Oh no.
Oh, the pass. They're both kind of going for the boost, but here comes SolarFlare. No boost. Can it shoot it on net? NDroid gets that save. Now it's NDroid's turn to attack.
Okay, a bit of a double commit there. Does seem to clear it out though. Oh, NDroid with a miss.
These bots looking fairly evenly matched so far. Not a clear favor going in either direction. Too many times here in this game, so it seems like they're just about on the same level.
Probably
NDroid
the
now
most
coming
even
in.
match we've seen all day.
Yeah.
Oh.
SolarFlare doesn't quite make the 50 in the midfield, but NDroid not able to capitalize. Another 50 here in the mid. NDroid trying to recover. The ball is in the orange half here. SolarFlare about to send it downfield right into the waiting arms of NDroid, who gets not a great touch off the wall, but does take possession. NDroid gets it over the top of the second one. This is a shot opportunity, but NDroid is not able to capitalize on that. The ball now heading back towards the blue half. NDroid's both trying to recover. Doesn't seem like they have much boost, but SolarFlare does get the demo. Ball in the orange half now. SolarFlare trying to send it downfield. Decent hit, but not on target. NDroid not able to catch the ball. Little whiff off the wall, but the second NDroid was there. SolarFlare one recovering. The second now about to catch the ball here, sending it back into the orange corner and turning around the possession. But NDroid with a decent shot attempt here, not quite in. SolarFlare gets possession again, but NDroid is there for the challenge.
Those wall dashes from NDroid are so cool. You can see it doing that on defense. NDroid.
Flare with a bit of a miss. Oh, NDroid with a bit of a miss. And SolarFlare barely beats out NDroid, but I don't think it's in. Yep. Barely off the post
Demo and
again.
a good shot, but unfortunately not quite on target.
Oh, NDroid beating out
now.
Solar on the wall.
Centers the ball, but SolarFlare did respawn just in time. NDroid not quite there to follow it up. Now hits the ball into the center, right into the waiting arms of SolarFlare, who capitalizes on that. Brett taking a very minor advantage, up 1-2, only 53 seconds left. This has been a very evenly matched game so far.
Oh yeah, definitely one of the most intense matches in this entire stream, and it's really exciting, but also nerve-wracking. Oh no! All right, here comes SolarFlare with another attack. Misses the ball.
Oh,
Gives
no.
NDroid a chance. Good save.
Unfortunately, SolarFlare not there. Now the ball in the orange half here. SolarFlare a little bit of team interference. NDroid trying to capitalize, but not the greatest hit. SolarFlare now coming in. Okay, NDroid, an absolute whiff right in the air. Looks just like me when I played the game. NDroid now sends the bot into the orange corner. SolarFlare sends it right back out to the midfield, but NDroid is there.
Ooh, NDroid trying to put some pressure, but SolarFlare is continually clearing the ball here. There's only 30 seconds left on the match. Oh, this could be dangerous though.
If you can
We
touch
have
the
1 second
ground, there
left.
we go.
SolarFlare lets it fall, and that's the closest game we've seen so far. 1-2 in favor of SolarFlare, just barely squeaking out the win.
GG's. I guess the training I did this week did help, thankfully.
Yeah, I guess so.
So yeah, SolarFlare moves up. His next match will be Vulcan, but I don't think we see that yet. I think we see NDroid versus Matrix. Yeah. So next up is NDroid versus Matrix. I think NDroid takes this one. Matrix and NDroid do have a somewhat similar playstyle, but I think NDroid is a little more secure.
Yeah, this will be an interesting matchup for sure. I think Matrix was looking pretty good last time. We only saw it against Ragnarok, though, and it was definitely getting outsped to the ball. So I think we didn't get too many opportunities to see what Matrix could really do, just because Ragnarok was so much faster. So I'm interested to see how it does here.
Yeah. Ooh. I think the one thing Matrix has is that it's more secure on its accuracy, but overall NDroid is faster. So NDroid might just be able to just play around Matrix the whole time and get more shots than Matrix can.
Well, let's see
how it
here.
goes. Getting into the game here, we have the kickoff going in favor of Matrix, and Matrix now, going in favor of NDroid. Matrix catching the ball, and okay, a high flick and no follow-up leads to a nice little setup for NDroid, who sinks the first goal 10 seconds in.
Nice shot by NDroid there. Matrix wasn't quite ready for that.
Yep, not too bad. 1-0 in favor of NDroid here on the second kickoff.
Here we go. That's a nice kickoff by Matrix. NDroid looks like it's going to recover. See if we can touch this off the wall. That's a nice clear. Tries to follow it up, but it gets a little caught up in itself.
Oh,
Good
Matrix
aerial.
not up though. NDroid unable to capitalize. Matrix sort of tripping itself off the goalpost here. Doesn't have any boost. The ball bouncing around in its corner. One Matrix sends it towards the wall and down. NDroid here going in for the challenge, keeps the ball in the orange half, but Matrix trying to get a follow up here. Maybe trying to catch the ball, but just does not seem to be able to make good contact. NDroid again sends the ball off to the opposite corner. We have another NDroid ready to follow it up, but does not get a good touch. Matrix really unable to take possession away from NDroid here. It seems like NDroid is, like you said, just faster than Matrix and is able to beat it in almost all of these challenges.
Yeah, Matrix is also consistently out of boost unless it's in the corner. It doesn't really seem to know what boost is quite yet, and that makes it even slower. And in this case, if you're fighting NDroid, a very fast bot, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that does seem to be happening. Almost a decent follow-up from Matrix, but the flick not quite there, unfortunately. There's centering opportunity, but NDroid is off the backboard. Good defensive posturing here from NDroid as they extend the ball downfield. Matrix trying to clear the ball, gets a good clear in front of their own net. NDroid, however, is there for the follow-up, goes to center the ball again, but there's no teammate there to take advantage.
Matrix almost trying to put that
in. Matrix hanging out inside the goal, as we all like to do. Okay, the ball just sort of bouncing around. Matrix totally confused here, it seems, as NDroid just scores an easy free net here.
Yeah, Matrix really just wasn't sure what it was trying to do there. It just kind of got confused once the ball got behind it.
Too well for NDroid. Kickoff going in favor of NDroid here. Matrix trying to get the follow-up. Does manage to get one touch in the corner here, but not a very good one. NDroid trying to center the ball for the teammate, but in classic ranked fashion, the teammate is nowhere to be found. Matrix now taking the ball downfield. NDroid with the challenge does center the ball, but Matrix not able to even make contact at all of the bounce, and NDroid will sink that shot for 3-0.
Matrix kind of whiffs on that front flip, just that lack of training, and NDroid gets a really fast follow-up. I must say, NDroid does miss some, but when it hits them really good. There's not a lot of kind of faffing about from NDroid. It either totally whiffs or it hits the ball really hard.
Yeah,
and
NDroid
it's
does
really
seem
hard
to
on
have some pretty
kickoff.
good shots.
Is it going to be able to convert this?
It's not too afraid of the air, I think. NDroid seems to be jumping up a lot. It plays on the backboard a decent amount, so that's very impressive. I think, a little longer in the oven, and NDroid is going to be a fierce competitor, I think.
I agree.
Good lead off of Matrix.
Yeah, NDroid.
What a wall dash! Oh my god.
It's very interesting that NDroid learned to wall dash like that.
Yeah, I wonder how.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's on purpose or how that came about.
Sometimes MLbots just figure out a way of optimizing things that you didn't even, and in a way that you didn't even think of, and it works out. So hey,
yeah,
certainly one of the coolest things we've seen.
Right behind Ragnarok's flicks, of course.
Yeah, naturally. Here, the ball in Matrix's half here. We have both Matrices now trying to say Matrices, I suppose they are.
I think it's
Matrices.
They, unfortunately, with their powers combined, not able to get a good clear here. Matrix now clearing the ball to the side, but NDroid is there. Sends the ball high, bouncing towards the middle, but no follow-up as usual. This seems to be something that NDroid is pretty weak at. They don't seem to have that team coordination, where one of them will send the ball to the middle, but the other one is not quite there to follow it up most of the time. However,
it also seems to be a little passive this match. Doesn't really seem to have that killer instinct.
Yeah. NDroid sends the ball far, tries to go for a follow-up, but the hit is not great. Second NDroid there, ready for a center. Matrix, okay, catches the ball, gets a decent hit. trying to send the ball away, but really Matrix just doesn't seem to be able to get the best contact with the ball. I mean, just completely whiffing right there, and NDroid tries to go for the shot, doesn't quite make it. Maybe the
no.
double whiff. Okay, 2 open net misses. It really is ranked.
Yeah,
And,
I think he's had the magnetic posts on there. Goodness.
Yeah. But NDroid does manage to get finally sink a shot after Matrix does not quite make it to the ball in time, and that'll be 4-0 in favor of NDroid.
All right. Next up, we got Matrix versus Monkey. Oh no. Last time this happened, Matrix 4-0'd Monkey, so hopefully this time works a little better. I mean, I didn't update Monkey at all, but we'll see what happens.
It'll be interesting because Monkey put up, I mean, I don't want to say a respectable showing, but it wasn't absolutely abysmal against Ragnarok. It was really the first bot that was able to save a couple of the shots, and Matrix's performance against NDroid weren't exactly confidence-inspiring, so we'll see.
Yeah, Matrix is going to have to play off its height advantage. Monkey does not like the air whatsoever. It'll double jump in certain situations, but that's as high as it goes. Alright, well, I guess my hope and dream is that Monkey gets a little lucky. Last time Monkey lost quite a few of the kickoffs, so we'll see if he can hold off a little more. Ah, there we go.
That's a good start with Monkey hitting the kickoff into the corner. Should have one of its double jump shots. Actually goes for the flick, not quite on target. Matrix struggling to get off that wall there, doing some psionics bot stuff. Pretty even 50 there in Matrix's half. Monkey coming for the follow-up. Is it going to have an open net to shoot on? Yes, it is. Gets the touch and then the flip to follow it into the goal.
Yep, a good shot here from Monkey. Decent follow-up, 0-1. We've got 20 seconds into the game here. I noticed a lot of goals. It seems like we're getting a lot of goals really early on, and then I feel like a lot of these games are kind of, faffing about, as you said, in the midfield for a while. And it seems like we get a really early goal and then not too many goals afterwards. Except in games like this, where all the goals are maybe very front-loaded.
Commentator's curse comes into play.
Yeah, of course. As soon as I start talking about it, we get another goal immediately after the first one. Matrix, yep, it's not quite the right touch, unfortunately. So 2-0 in favor of Monkey here, less than 30 seconds into this game.
Okay, finally a kickoff win for Matrix. Monkey does pick it up, though. He's coming in with fast dribble.
Good dribbling. It's a good save by Matrix. Matrix gonna touch this off the wall. There is a Monkey back. Can Matrix beat it? It appears it did. Can it turn it middle, though? Oh, Monkey passes it to Matrix.
A pretty deft little touch there from Matrix, just to just barely redirect the ball, the velocity of the ball right into the net. Look at that, just in front of Monkey, almost like a little BM move. It's going so slow, but Monkey still can't catch up. So it's 1-2 now. Still in favor of Monkey, but closer game.
Monkey's waiting under this one. It's a nice clear off the backboard by Matrix. The other one's going to be able to follow it up. Beats the other Monkey. Fortunately, it can't turn around it. Unfortunately. Matrix can't get the touch off the wall here, but the other one's there to support it. They're both kind of crowding Monkey's net. The Monkey could get a counterattack, and it kind of does with that pinch. And it is able to follow it up. I do want to see the assist to this goal. I think it was 2 Monkeys pinched it. Wow. That's really impressive. And then the Monkey had the boost to finish it off.
Yeah, something funny that happened with my hard-coded rotation is that the way I set them up, they sometimes pinch the ball like that for clears, which is kind of funny.
Certainly works
Monkey
well.
over Matrix.
Oh, the kick, an absolute whiff on the kickoff by Matrix. What a way to end the game. Unfortunately, Monkey just sort of driving straight at the ball. Not a thought in this little guy's head, and Matrix just sends it straight to the side. And that'll be 4 goals in favor of Monkey. Poor Matrix just could not keep up.
Monkey winning his first match of the entire bubble sort. He played 1 match last time and he lost it, so it's nice to see that he's getting something in there. Next
All
we
right,
got
next up we have
Matrix.
Matrix against Finesse. This should be an interesting game. I feel like I wish we could see a little more of Finesse. So I'm happy this is coming up. I'd like to see how Finesse can do against Matrix. I think it'll, my money's on Finesse on this one. I don't know about you guys, but I'm hopeful.
I think Finesse has this one, to be honest. Monkey
Yeah, I
beating
agree.
Matrix, I think, solidifies that answer. Finesse
Finesse?
is, I think,
Sorry.
better than Monkey, so.
Yeah, it looked really good against, well, not really good, but really good relative to the other bots around its skill level against Ragnarok. So,
Right,
yeah, I think
right.
this should be a win for Finesse.
I think it also aerials, so it's got some skills in there. Oh!
Well, of course, the caster curse coming in again here. We immediately get
Yep.
a kickoff goal, 2 seconds in for Matrix. A really good kickoff, very fast compared to Finesse, and yeah, even gets a second touch here off the challenge, and that'll send the ball right in. Finesse down by 1 already.
All right, Finesse actually wins that kickoff this time. It's coming up. Matrix has boost though and tries to clear it. Finesse not really shooting on the net quite yet. Ah, there it
There
goes.
it goes. Commentator's
Alright, nice.
curse just comes into play with everything. Not really shooting on
Yeah.
the net, immediately scores a goal.
Finesse getting a decent goal here. Matrix unfortunately not able to get the clear off the wall there. Finesse just sends it in off the corner, and we're all tied up here.
All right, Matrix actually winning the kickoff here. See if it can capitalize. Oh, Finesse making a bad touch. Interesting 50. All right, there's one Matrix back, but it seems to not be super sure about how to take the situation. Ooh, misses the wall touch, and that's a free shot for Finesse.
Yep, unfortunately, classic Matrix whiff here. Manages to get a couple of decent hits on the backboard, trying to carry the ball around, but doesn't make contact with the most important hit right in front of the net, and Finesse is there to capitalize on that mistake.
Finesse seems pretty solid on its air mechanics. Matrix also just scoring open nets. That's a pretty hard skill to learn, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, true. Finesse here with another goal. Matrix tries to clear the ball in front of its own net, seemingly a lot here, and Finesse ready to capitalize on that. Up 3-1. This is looking pretty convincing. We had maybe an early mistake on that kickoff goal, but Finesse is here and seems to be a little bit better than Matrix.
All right, comes Finesse. Looks like it's an open net. Oh no!
Actually not able to make the shot on the open net.
That net was not open. There was a post in that net. Definitely
Very
not open.
true, very true. That's a great point. Here, Matrix has possession, but again, no boost. Finesse tries to go for the shot, but Matrix just barely manages to get in the way. Still 0 boost off the wall. Finesse, however, manages to grab that mid boost, quickly follows it up, and wraps up the game. That's 1-4 in favor of Finesse.
Matrix really throwing out some great passes here, but for the wrong team.
Yeah.
Poor Matrix, we're just dumping on it. Matrix is a good bot. It scored a goal.
You know,
Good
I
job,
appreciate
Matrix.
Matrix. It's doing its best.
Spam We
it just
Heart
needs a little
Matrix
more
in the
time in
chat.
the oven. Just needs a little bit more.
Yeah. Not too bad, though. Finesse with a good showing. You know, Finesse has been being worked on for some time now. I think Finesse is pretty deep into training. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's about 60 billion time steps in training. So Finesse really has a lot of training time under its belt.
Yeah, I think something along those lines. Yes, it's got a massive amount.
So good to see it coming up against Matrix and pulling out ahead.
All right. Well, Matrix is now going against SmartFridge. Matrix is pretty much Matrix is kind of going off and showcasing all the other bots that we didn't get to see because of Ragnarok.
Yeah, true. Every other bot gets their time in the sun after Ragnarok had a clean sweep through pretty much every bot up until Nexto.
Exactly. It's nice to see more matches though, besides Ragnarok.
Yeah, although those were very good matches.
They were.
Definitely. But good kickoff from SmartFridge. Is Matrix just going to get bullied some more? We're about to find out.
Oh, doesn't quite know what the post is.
Matrix, very interested in the post. It sees some new terrain here and decides to stick to it. SmartFridge, however, with a nice little self pass off the wall there and follow up into the goal. Matrix not able to defend, and that'll be 1-0 in favor of SmartFridge.
Yeah, nice shot. Matrix almost had the save, but just didn't have any boost to help it out. Pretty neutral
good
kickoff. SmartFridge tries to get that hit, but doesn't quite go high enough.
Matrix now going to take some possession. Tries to pop it over SmartFridge. SmartFridge with the aerial pinch. That was
what
impressive.
A great play by SmartFridge. Really great hit off the wall. Manages to get a lot of power here. 2 touches, I think. So that was a hit, a bounce, another hit straight into the center of the goal. And you can see SmartFridge didn't go, chase the ball. It went for the straight line right to the center of the goal. It was like it was predicting where the ball was going to go. And it paid off. SmartFridge up 2-0, 30 seconds into this match.
I think it's about to be 3-0. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
SmartFridge
winning in convincing fashion here. Matrix just not able to keep up. It seems like in all these matches, Matrix's biggest problem, at least to my eye, is that it never has any boost. Every time we see Matrix, it's always either low or completely out of boost, and it doesn't seem to be going for these pads too often. So I think a little more time training and it can fix up those mistakes, I think would put Matrix in a good spot. But for now, it seems like SmartFridge has a distinct advantage here.
Agreed. Whoever made Matrix, just crank that boost reward. Give it 2,000 for 1 pickup. Trust me, it'll go great.
SmartFridge looking for its final goal here. Matrix, with a double whiff, and that's a free net.
There it is, just over a minute into that game. SmartFridge beating out Matrix 4-0. A very convincing game.
All right, next up after SmartFridge, we have Vector. Oh no. Yeah, I think I'm gonna predict Vector again this time. Matrix not quite strong enough to stop Vector.
Yeah, Vector is a pretty good bot, and well, from Matrix's showing today, I think Vector probably has the advantage, but we'll see how it goes.
Oh yeah, I don't think we've told people yet, but we are going to stop once we reach the bottom of the ladder.
Yeah, so once we hit the bottom of the bubble sort ladder, that'll be the end of the stream today, and we'll continue next weekend.
All right, Vector with a pretty late kickoff win there. Oh, doesn't quite get that in. Matrix not on defense though. All right, Vector just kind of seems to be bullying this ball towards the goal, bumping each other, and that's a nice goal.
Vector secures a nice goal and brings it up to a 1-0 lead early on. Seems like our predictions are finally paying off for once. Matrix just sort of confused, bumping into itself over in the corner while Vector drives the ball into the net. Yeah, it's worth pointing out, both of these bots were actually made by the same person, Jeff A. So this is Vector versus Matrix is Jeff A versus Jeff A. So it's interesting to see. I guess Vector is a little bit better than Matrix, although I think Matrix actually came after Vector. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, Matrix is after Vector.
Yeah. Ooh,
So Matrix,
Jeff A's
maybe
winning.
those improvements are not quite showing up yet.
It just needs like what, 30 billion more steps, however many Vector had. It'll be
Not
great.
too many.
Of course.
Vector now with possession. Gets a decent turnaround on the ball and converts that into a shot. That was just a nice, clean play. Matrix didn't have too much to say about it. Vector gets a little flick, catches the ball, turns it around, and sends that one right into the net.
We're at the 4-minute and 16-second mark, and it's already 3-0. Vector just needs that final goal to close the match.
Matrix doesn't make contact, but does finally go for the boost for once. Now Vector goes for a nice little flick shot right over the top, sends it high, and Matrix has no answer. 4-0 for Vector against Matrix. Not even a minute into the game. I think this one is pretty clear-cut.
Alright. Looking at Matrix, the little tip that it has, or the little fun fact, it seems to be it says it's a proof of concept for like aerials. So I guess that's probably why it's not as good as like these other bots, just a proof of concept model. Of course, it did say that he was gonna try and generalize it a little less by the final bubble sort. But by then it might be a little late to get up to the top 8. There's quite a few bots to get through.
Yeah, well, we'll have to see. Next up, though, we have Matrix versus 2Void. 2Void we saw very early on today. Put up, I think, a reasonable showing against Ragnarok, but unfortunately, every bot that put up a reasonable showing against Ragnarok ended up losing, except for Nexto. So I'm interested to see how it does against Matrix here. I think the edge is in 2Void's favor, especially because 2Void seemed to be willing to do those kinds of team setups where it would pass the ball to itself and wasn't super on top of itself all the time like we see a lot of bots do, including Matrix. So we'll have to see how this goes.
Yeah, 2Void definitely seems a little more solid. It's a little clunky, of course, but
Oh, wow.
yeah, as you can see.
What a read.
Yep, there we have it. First goal, 1-0, 6 seconds in. 2Void manages to win the challenge here over Matrix, converts it straight into a goal, and that'll be an early lead.
If 2Void can keep up the momentum here.
It's a nice kickoff. Looks like Matrix is ready to hit this, but 2Void does have that aerial prowess. And that shot is barely off target. 2Void coming in for its own follow-up. Passing it center. Oh, what a team play.
And here, all through this play, Matrix just did not seem to have the control of its car, even on the basics, down too much. It got caught on the post, jumped off the wall way too late there, and 2Void just had such an easy time of this one, setting the ball up and sinking it right into the net. So 2-0 in favor of 2Void.
Oh, another good kickoff from 2Void. This one could be dangerous. Matrix centers it. Let's see. Oh, another 2Void comes up for the follow-up, and that's in.
Yep, that's pretty easy shot here again for 2Void. We see it shoot these all the time. It seems to be fairly comfortable in the air for its level of gameplay. It doesn't seem to be too afraid of going up for the shots, so that kind of shot should be fairly easy for it. And we see 3-0 in favor of 2Void. I think this game is basically over. Get a kickoff strongly in favor of 2Void once again. Matrix trying to get a recovery on a follow-up, but unfortunately it's too far off the wall. 2Void gets a shot near the post, but unfortunately it bounces off. Now 2Void sends it to the middle. Matrix again out of boost. Tries to go for the follow-up. Does get it around one of the 2Voids, but not really able to do much other than that. Another 2Void comes back, sends it downfield. Matrix here coming in for the counter, sends the ball onto the wall, jumps off the wall here. Again, no boost though, not very much in the tank for Matrix to use as a follow-up. 2Void now also low boost, it should be noted. Manages to get a nice little pop into the midfield here. Now the ball is in the corner. 2Void trying to go for the follow-up and gets it right underneath Matrix. Unfortunately, Matrix not able to handle these kinds of shots, and that will be 4-0 in favor of 2Void.
Poor Matrix keeps going down, and now we're down to the last match of the day, Matrix versus Electron. So Matrix actually plays twos, Electron only plays once, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Electron does seem pretty solid on the ground, so it might be able to weave around Matrix.
This will be an interesting one. I want Matrix to get one win. I feel bad for it. Come on, Matrix.
Yeah, it seems like both Matrix and Ripple are having a pretty bad day today.
Yeah, I'm trying to think here too. Have there been any outstanding climbs other than Ragnarok's?
Ragnarok was the only climb. The thing is, when we came back down, there was just too many matches
You're
for
right.
another bot to actually initiate another climb. So we just don't have enough time to see it pretty much.
All right, here we go. So we're going to close things out today with this match. Matrix versus Electron. Should be a good one, I hope. We have a good kickoff here in favor of Electron. Matrix going up the wall, gets a decent touch to clear it. Electron not there for the follow-up here. The ball heading towards the middle. Electron and Matrix get a decent 50 in Electron's favor here. Another Electron there for the follow-up. The shot goes towards the net, and it's good. Second Electron gets it around Matrix for a early 1-0 lead in favor of Electron.
Yeah, Matrix almost had the save, but it seems like Electron just scooched it a little bit to the side, and that threw him off.
The double commit is OP. That's
Here
a
our
nice
kickoff,
by Matrix.
this time going in favor of Matrix. Electron goes for the corner boost here, trying to follow up on the ball, get a challenge, but Matrix is faster. Electron now clearing it out in front of the goal. Matrix not there for the challenge. Electron could turn this one around, and it looks like it will. A easy roll into the net. Matrix just not able to keep up here. Electron gets a reasonably speedy turnaround. You can see Matrix there didn't quite get the boost in the midfield, and that led to a 2-0 lead for Electron. This might be a quick game.
Yeah, Electron's more secure about its like card control and ball control than Matrix is, but that's a pretty good shot. It just bounced a little too close, and Electron was able to save it.
Electron
Now,
getting in its
Matrix-
own way.
Matrix
Again,
is making
Matrix,
good plays though.
Matrix is sort of in the right area, but unfortunately just not able to capitalize on these opportunities. Matrix around the wall. Electron happy to bump itself as many times as I guess it
Oh,
feels
no.
like.
That's unfortunate.
An unlucky
Matrix off
miss,
the
bounce
post.
off the post by Matrix. Nearly had it, and of course that'll turn into a conversion from Electron 3-0. Unfortunately, poor Matrix just cannot catch a break today. It
Yeah,
seems
Matrix
like,
going a little too wide there for him to get the save, and yeah, it's a pretty easy goal for Electron.
yeah.
We'll see here. Will it be the sweep? It's a nice kickoff by Matrix. Maybe it can get one. Electron gonna try to control this. Doesn't actually get
This
the
is-
touch. Thinks, boy. Matrix is gonna have to retreat here. Electron gonna try to shoot this. Matrix is on the wrong side of the ball, but Electron misses. Gets the front flip though, and that seals the deal.
Oh, there it is, a 4-0 lead, very quick game. Electron beating out Matrix here. Unfortunately, Matrix fell from grace today, lost every game that it played, and that'll be one bump up in the rankings for Electron, and we'll wrap us up for the end today.
Fun fact: Monkey is no longer last.
Yay,
That's
monkey.
true, it's 11th now.
Well, that was pretty good. Some really exciting matches. Ragnarok going absolutely crazy. And pretty much a fight for the top 8 right here between all these different bots. I feel like Vector could push its way to top 8 with a little bit of luck. It is a one spot though.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's definitely some more to be seen. We'll see that next week in our next bubble sort for the machine learning bracket. But some really exciting games today. Definitely Ragnarok was the star of the show. I think everybody had a great time watching those games. And we had a couple other great games as well. So thanks everybody for coming out. It was a lot of fun. Thanks for having me on as a caster. I enjoyed the experience. And
Yeah,
I'll
thank you,
be happy
Beast.
to come back next weekend.
Yeah,
See you guys.
yeah. Goodbye.
All right, see ya.